1.
Fuck you, motherfuckers. Let's do this shit.
Public Yemeni No.1.
What up, bitches? What is up? Of course, Jason Bacon is here. Motherfucker got nothing better to do. What's up? What's up, bruh? So we about to start this live. I got no show days to talk about because I'm like behind on the audio podcast. I'm trying to catch up on that shit. Like I started realizing, why am I giving these dates out to like a few people watching it live and then all these other people listen to it thinking that they can go to the Ha Ha Comedy Club when I say tonight, and they're going to hear it and they're going to go there and I'm not there. So, But anyways, we have Joann Socrates. Say hello, Joann.
Hello.
Let me get the applause thing.
Oh, nice. I get applause into the... That's amazing.
What is?
The applause.
Oh, it's in the app.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, that's amazing.
So like in the app, you can literally hit it. There's sound effects. You can add sound effects.
I'm just going to play it all the time. Every day, like every 20 minutes. Just to clap for myself.
Yeah. The fuck were we just talking about before this started?
Jason Bacon.
We were talking about Jason Bacon. What about Jason Bacon?
We were talking about Jason Bacon. No,
Jason,
he's going to be on the podcast.
Whose?
Jason Bacon.
Whose podcast?
Yours. Isn't he?
He's here.
Oh, on the podcast. Like, yeah, right here, right now.
Which is fucking great, too, because, like, his name is Jason Bacon, and my favorite fucking thing on planet Earth is bacon.
It is.
I even got a t-shirt that I sell.
Really?
That says drop bacon, not bombs.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
We were talking about Japan. That's what we were talking about before bacon.
Yeah, what the fuck were we talking about, Japan?
I read this article that Japan is the first country to give money to people who were injured by the vaccine, like severely injured. They are paying them like medical bills and like disability and stuff like that because I guess, yeah, people, yeah.
You're really into this vaccine thing.
Well, you know what it is? I feel for the people that got hurt by it, you know? I mean, and for the most part, everybody is fine after the vaccine.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part, yeah, that's, you know, and I'm not like an anti-vaxxer or that or this or
You're not
whatever.
a what? Anti-vaxxer,
Did I say
right.
it right?
No, I just wanted to know what I didn't hear what you said.
I had never heard that word so many times in my life. That and propaganda. I'm like, oh my God. I figured that I just found out what that meant this year. No.
Because when we were doing your podcast last time, which was fun, by the way, we really got into it.
Yeah.
But after we got done, you were like, we started talking some more, and then you really got into the whole, showing me videos of like people having severe allergic reactions to the vaccine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, what is up with that? Do you know anything? Because I haven't really been looking up that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, when I go online, I'm not seeing that shit. And if you turn on the news is not reporting that shit.
No.
The news wants you to take the vaccine.
Yes. And it's so controversial, you know, and these people are like being bullied and they're and like shamed and like, you know, in 2009 this girl, this cheerleader or whatever, she took the flu vaccine and all of a sudden she like couldn't walk, like the same kind of symptoms of the side effects, and they were so mean to this woman, like saying she was faking and that wasn't really happening, and like I don't know, and it looked like.
But there are a lot of people that want attention.
Well, that's the thing, you know, and I think that's what makes it so sad for the people that are truly suffering, you know. I don't know who would want that type of attention where you're like, you know, having seizures and listen, like, and maybe there are people that are doing it for attention too. But I think the thing that got me the most was that, like, you know, most of these doctors after they were like dismissing them, and like they didn't know how to help them because they've never seen like so many cases with like myocarditis, which is like the heart inflammation, or like people were paralyzed, they couldn't walk straight, like their tremors are shaking, they're having seizures. Like that's neurological, you know. And you know, I think my sister had brain cancer, so you know, I did a lot of research on the brain and the blood-brain barrier, and like how certain things can't cross it. And you know, I was reading articles how this did, and that's why people are having like these kind of neurological symptoms. And so, and my thing, and like I said, it's not the majority of people, or who knows, right? Because now things are starting to come out more and more. And that's why I said Japan is finally like recognizing these people who were hurt by it, because it's so sad, you know, that they offered to do this and then, you know, they are disabled for, you know, life, or, you know, their lifestyle has to change dramatically for even, I mean, hopefully it's temporary, and you know, people are getting the help that they need, but it's the bullying and the shame, you know, like if it's like makes me so angry. And my sister went to the doctor a few times, right? Because something was wrong. Like she had a brain tumor. Okay. And she was like going to the doctor to find out like what was wrong with her. And they wanted to give her like antidepressants and put her in the mental institution, you know?
Oh, this is interesting. I'm pulling up this article right now. I'm going to share it with everyone on the screen. Japanese government will pay families 295,000, I believe that's
yen.
Pounds. I don't know. It's a really weird. Maybe
yen. It's yen, probably, right?
I think because of the article, the way it's written, I think it's written from in a European country. So I think they're trying to put it in. What is that sign? That's British pound. Okay. So 295,000 pounds if relative dies from COVID-19 vaccine. Yeah, I didn't know about this. So this is like Japanese authorities will pay a bereaved family a lump sum of 44.2 million yen should one of them die after taking the COVID-19 jab. The figure, which is equivalent to around, right, is one of the highest one-off fee that could be paid out by the Japanese government in case of an adverse reaction to the coronavirus jab. They call it jab. These fucking Brits. This is a jab. It's like, man, you motherfuckers invented the language and you fucking it all up. Families may also receive a 5 million yen annual payment should someone suffer a long-term disability that requires care as a result of taking the jab. While funeral costs in the eventuality of any death would also be covered up to... I'm moving to Japan. The fuck is this shit? Why are we...
They care so much about their people.
Fuck land of the free. I want land. I want land of the free money, bro. That's what I want.
Well, they just care about their people, like, because they are... That's what...
Because they're racist.
Well, no, because but they are like, and that's how you get government to trust you, right? When you're like, oh, not like to be like, listen, the FDA approved it, but hey, you know, we're not responsible if anything goes wrong. Go fuck yourself. You don't get any money. Like, no, like that's not, no. Like, how do you expect us to trust you? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, in Japan, it just seems like they care about their people. And I don't know really what goes on over there, but.
Well, we have a different history, though. That's one of the real main things. We don't. America was built on rugged individualists, you know? Mm-hmm. People who were survivors. You know, I mean, think about it. The people that came to America, you know, they had to suffer a lot to survive and start this country, right? Mm-hmm. And then they were still under British rule. Mm-hmm. And when the Brits started like treating them like shit, and then Americans started getting pissed off, and then you've heard that thing, taxation without representation. Mm-hmm. Basically, the American colonists were like, man, fuck you guys. You guys are taxing us, but we don't have a representative in your government. You guys just tell us what to do.
Yeah.
So then what ended up happening is that, we ended up having a civil war. And with the help of France, we kicked their fucking asses out of here. And we did it with our guns. And we did it by fucking like making sure that we were all individually prepared to make this happen. That's the roots of how we look at the economy in this country. That's why in this country you have that whole, pull yourself up by the bootstraps type mentality, especially when it comes from the Republicans or conservatives, right? They're like, stop asking for a handout. Fucking be that American that started this country. So we have that in our DNA, so to speak, not like Japan or like these other countries that are homogenized where everyone looks the same. They're all the same race for the most part. I think it's different. I think out here you got people from different like races, different religions. And then we're trying to put socialism in a country that was literally built to not be socialist. So
you're saying that people should be more entrepreneurial and, create opportunities for themselves. And we are the land of the free, that we can do that. And it's not,
I mean, I would like for everyone to sort of be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Like I'm a liberal, but then there's certain things that I'm conservative on. Sometimes conservatives have really good ideas. Like when it comes to guns, I know liberals, they go, oh, guns, they're terrible. They're dangerous. Yeah, they're dangerous. But guess what? They're here to stay.
Well, look at Australia. Look what's happening in Australia.
They got no way to fight that government. And that government's flexing hard right now.
Hard.
You see what I'm saying?
They're making like camps and taking children to these like camps. And
it's out of control now.
What are they like? What is happening?
Well, you've never been to Australia, though.
No.
Well, Australia.
I've never, but I know that it used to be like the prison,
Yeah. So here's the thing. So like back to like in this country real quick before I go to Australia with the guns thing. Back from what you were saying, like we should all be individuals, we should all be like entrepreneurs. No, I mean, we should all just do what we want to do, right?
Do what we love.
Do what we love, or just do what you want to do, whatever it is that you want to do. You don't have to be a fucking business person, but like, I wish that you could just make it so that everyone realized that they needed to take responsibility. So, for example, owning a gun is kind of a responsibility. First, you got to be responsible for the gun. You got to be a responsible gun owner. You don't want to accidentally kill anybody with it or whatever.
Or yourself.
And not only that, it's also responsible to get a gun too, because now you are basically putting the power to protect yourself in your hands, not on 911. You know what I mean? So like there's certain things that conservatives have their mindset where it makes sense. They're like, dude, we should have guns. Liberals are like, no, the government will take care of us. Whereas conservatives are like, you can't like expect the government to protect everything. So like a conservative's like, no, I want a gun.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to, if I do need to use it, I can use it and at least live another fucking day. Not some guys are trying to break down into my fucking house and I got to call 911 and I happen to be in Detroit and the response time is 3 weeks, right? Like a cop won't show up. There was places in Detroit, man, where cops wouldn't show up, just period.
Why? Because of with the neighborhood or the call or like
money. Sometimes like the government like had to like say
defund the police.
But back in the day, like in Detroit, they used to be like, we used to have a problem with money in Detroit, so they would have to like close down police departments in certain areas, and typically they chose the poorest areas.
Yeah. And
then if you're in that area and someone's coming after you, fuck the police. The police ain't coming.
Right.
So you got to roll strapped with a gun.
Yeah. But like that's what I'm saying. Like with that, even with the whole defund the police, I was like, oh, who's like that job is like hard, right, to begin with, like, and yeah, I mean, I think the unions are a little crooked. The police unions, I think, are like the mob. I don't know if you ever saw the head of the police union. He looks like Henry. He looks like the Fonz.
Henry Winkler?
Yes.
The head of the police union looks like Henry Winkler?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Head of what police union?
You
Of
know,
all police unions?
I think New York. He's definitely in New York.
Okay.
Oh God, what is his name? I forgot. But
he does look like Henry Winkler. Oh shit.
yeah, I
Put it
feel
on
like
the screen for you motherfuckers to see. Hey, I'm the police union chief. Hey, where's the jukebox?
and he's like, I mean, if you could,
Public Yemeni #1.
I fucked up. I hit the wrong button, guys. Henry Winkler. So, anyways, what you're saying? What was Henry Winkler saying?
it just reminded me of like the mob. They're like,
Yeah. But like to go back to what you're saying about Australia. So now you got Australia. They took their fucking guns.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And then so now what? Now they're like, I saw a child get ripped out of this man's arms. I don't know if you saw that. Like, it was like heartbreaking because I guess the child had COVID and they wanted to put the child into a COVID camp, and they were like, the nurses were there and they like oh my God, it broke my heart. Like, it broke my heart. It really, truly.
Australians are nothing like what you think they are. Like when you think Australians, okay, what do you think of? So like if you were to picture going to Australia,
I think of
the
like
type of people.
Nice people.
Nice, but then also like when you think that they would be like rugged.
Yeah, like the Outback shit, like give me a shrimp on the barbie, mate. And I'm
Dangerous,
like, okay, cool.
right?
Give me a fucking shrimp on the barbie too, bitch.
Not afraid of danger, right?
Yeah.
Those type of people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's an alligator. So what? There's an alligator.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pet
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're nothing like that. They are so soft.
Really?
They are so soft.
I guess that's what they portray, like the crocodile hunter.
No, but I think
no.
it's because of their government.
Who was that guy?
Their government.
Made them soft.
I guess like their government in Australia kind of looks at it like, hey, we're descendants of criminals, so we really have to fucking tell you what to do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
We gotta hold it down here because you guys are fucking out of control.
I was there before the pandemic and they just had rules for every fucking thing.
They did?
Oh my God.
I've never been there.
Going out
I wanted to go.
They did these lockout laws. Some guy got punched and then died.
What?
Some guy at a club was whatever, got into a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Some guy hit him in the back of the head or whatever. The guy died instantly.
Oh, damn.
And because of that one incident,
Yeah.
all the governments, and especially in Sydney, they all started playing games with how you have to deal with the nightclubs. So now they make the nightclubs close early. Not only that, if you go to a club and then it's 11 o'clock and then you decide to go step outside to smoke a cigarette, you can't go back in the club. And then if you try to go to another club, they won't let you in that club because after 11, you have to either be in the club or out of the club. And if you're out of the club, you're out of the club.
So wait, I gotta have like, why are they acting so crazy right now, Australia? Like, why are they doing this whole lot? Did they do that last year?
No. What I'm saying is what I'm explaining to you about the clubs.
Yeah,
this is when I was visiting 2 years ago.
A while ago. But like that, I feel like so this has been like a long time coming, is what I'm saying. Like now, like as far as them
Get the microphone's right there.
wanting to control the people. Can you not hear me?
No, because you were doing this.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, like,
you're like, what are you doing?
You get up to the side, be like, I gotta whisper something to you, Mike. Can they hear that? No, they can't hear that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, do you think they're just trying to control their people? Like, what the fuck?
I think all governments are trying to control their people. What are you talking about? That's what they get in there to do.
Why? Like, that's the thing. I'm like, why do you want to do that? Like, why? Power, money, like control. Like, why? Like, what?
I think you're asking from like the lens of someone who really enjoys democracy, because like in democracy, it's supposed to be the people in charge of the politicians.
Yes.
They work for us.
Yes.
Right? But they flip the script. They just flip the script because
we're all equal, basically.
But the problem is that we don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So they keep taking powers away,
yeah,
and we don't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And then they keep doing, and they do it slowly and slowly and slowly. Listen, those people in power, all they're doing is just trying to make their job easier.
Yeah.
So if they can get more power, that makes their job easier, they're going to do that.
Yeah.
They just don't nobody wants to work that hard, right? And like when you go to Australia, I can't, how's this? Before the pandemic, let me tell you what it was like trying to get a drink in Australia. I couldn't get drunk there. I couldn't get drunk. I don't drink beer, right? I don't like beer. It fucks me up. But I drink, I get fucking like heartburn and fat. I hate it. It's stupid. Like, these fucking guys drinking beer and they got bitch tits. Fuck off. I ain't doing that. I drink straight up liquor, you know, usually straight, just like tequila. So I go to get a drink in Melbourne. This is how regulated they are. I swear to God. The guy, I go, can I get a shot of tequila on the rocks? Can I get a tequila on the rocks? When you in the States say a tequila on the rocks, they're going to put ice in the thing, and then they're almost going to fill it to the top.
Yeah.
That's typically what it means out here, right?
Yeah.
This guy took a rock glass, filled it up with ice, he put it down, and then he pulled out this little shot glass that had ticks on it. And he is legally only allowed to pour exactly 100 milliliters.
Really?
So when he's pouring it, Joann, I swear to God, he looks like a fucking scientist that's worried that he's going to explode the lab.
Yeah.
He's like, drop, and he'll look at it like this. Drop. And then he puts it in the glass.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's a glass like this big.
Yeah.
If anybody could see. A glass like this big, filled with ice. And I swear to God, 100 milliliters was like up here. You see how this looks empty?
Yeah.
Okay. And then this guy had the nerve to do that. $20, mate.
Fuck that.
And I looked at that and I was like, make it a double. He goes, oh, I can't give you doubles, mate. I'm like, what? I can't give you doubles, mate. Why not? It's against the law. You be throwing them back too fast. And I was like, can I get two? Sure thing. So that was the hack. I just wanted two. So then he gives me 2 glasses now. Does the same thing. Fucking shaking, trying to get it right to 100 milliliters. Pours it in the new glass. So now I have 2 empty glasses. Do you know how dumb I look walking around with 2 fucking empty glasses? And I give him $40, $50. And when he goes to turn around to do the thing, I go to pour one into the other. He notices I'm going to do it. He goes, mate, don't do that. Please don't do that in front of me. Please, I could lose my job. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, please, man, there's a security camera right here. He goes, if you need to do it, just do it anywhere else in the restaurant where there's not a security camera.
Wow.
I was like, are you serious? He's like, mate, please, I could lose my job. I'm like, these drinks look empty.
You have a good Australian accent.
No, thank you. I go, these drinks look empty. He goes, they don't look empty, mate. I go, okay, dude, whatever. Just give me my change. I tipped him. I walked away. I walk around with these 2 empty glasses. Do you know AJ Faji? Tall Nigerian comic, really tall guy. He was in Australia with me. I put these 2 drinks in front of him, like kind of like next to me, like this, at the table. He's sitting down, and I go, look at that. He goes, why are you walking around with 2 empty glasses? I go, exactly. I go, these are actually 2 drinks. He's like, what? I go, that fucking guy at the bar said that these don't look like they're empty. He goes, oh no, they look like they're empty. And then the waitress took my drinks away.
What?
And I was like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I thought you were finished. I'm like, exactly. Exactly. Because it looks empty. Everyone thinks I'm walking around with a glass full of ice.
And he wouldn't let you come back.
And then he had the nerve to try to tell me, oh, they don't look like they're empty. And then the waitress took my drinks away. Oh, I thought you were finished.
That's crazy. I'm surprised you tipped him. That was nice.
Oh, no, he was nice. You know, it wasn't his fault.
I'm kidding. I know. No, I'm saying for the amount of alcohol you got. Usually, you know, when people over pour, you're like, okay, slip them a few more. But like,
oh, actually, I didn't tip them because they don't tip in Australia. No, that I didn't tip them.
They don't tip in London either.
Yeah, I like that. I hate to say it, but I love it.
Have you ever worked at a restaurant?
No.
Okay, then I think everyone should work as a waiter or waitress. I got my first waitressing job at Taverna Tony's in Malibu. Have you ever been there?
Mm-mm.
Oh my God. That was like a Sarah, to imagine. He's like the father I never had. He was like this like Greek guy who was like, I was like, oh, you know, I called and I was like, I just moved out here from New Jersey. And I was like, yeah, I'm looking for a job, whatever, and, you know, as a waitress. And he's like, do you have any experience? And I was like, no, not really. I was like, but I'm Greek. And he was like, okay, come in.
Yeah, that's all it took.
And then I got there and he like gave me a bowl of lemon soup and like, I was like, do you want to see my resume? And he's like, can you speak Greek? I was like, a little bit. I was like, but I can dance Greek, because they would have like a live band there and a belly dancer, and I'd be like dancing on the tables and shit. So I got hired, but he was like nuts though, like just screaming at me at the top of his lungs. I didn't really know how to waitress, Like Anthony Hopkins came in to the restaurant because it was in Malibu.
Was he eating human brains?
And no, thank God. And he wasn't even my table. He wasn't even sitting at my table. But then the owner, Tony, was like, offer him pita bread. And, he gives me like a basket and it's all closed up. It was like nice and warm. And like, I just like put it down on the table and I was like, here's your pita bread. And I like walked away and he was like, what are you doing? I told you to offer it to him. I told you to offer it. You have to open it up and take one at a time. He's like, what's wrong with you? I was like, okay.
And he was screaming this in front of Anthony Hopkins?
No, around the corner. And I was like, okay, Tony, I'm sorry. He was like, no, it's not okay.
I was going to say, if he was like screaming at you in front of
scream.
Anthony Hopkins, that just makes it even worse. It's like, this guy's a horrible fucking restaurant owner.
Yeah, he screamed at all of us, but
yeah, so being a waitress is hard.
Yeah.
A waiter or whatever.
Yeah.
I get it.
It is. But they don't tip there, like maybe that's why you paid $20.
No, but you know what? That's what I'm saying. So my point is that everything is rolled into the price. So the
Right.
people that work waiting jobs in Australia,
They make a lot of money.
they get good money.
Yeah.
They actually get paid. So like the restaurant actually pays them a living wage.
Yeah.
And I think they even get health care because of the government gives them health care or whatever. So you don't need to. And it's so weird. I've never seen. I think it makes it better because
the government gives
the
them
waiters,
free healthcare.
the waiters and the waitresses in Australia. I've never seen anyone like that. They're so relaxed.
Yeah.
Every waiter and waitress here is like, I gotta get another table.
Yeah, because you're stressed the hell out because you have like 10,000 tables going on and a Tony screaming at you in the background.
And it's not like
about
that.
pita bread.
I just think that's why you have really fucked up. That's why you have tipping here, and I can't stand it. I think tipping is not fair to the waiters and waitresses, to be honest.
Well, I think it benefits the restaurant.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because they could pay.
It's like it's pure capitalism.
Yeah, and
it's where the restaurant's just like, look, man, you got to try to like get them to pay you more money. It's like, shut the fuck up, man.
So do you think Canada's next? Like after Australia, they're gonna like knock, because. Do you think like it's Australia, then Canada? There's,
in terms of what?
Being locked down.
That we're going to bomb?
No, like
we're going to bomb next?
Being locked down and like what they're doing in Australia to everybody there with COVID. The winter months are coming. And right now Australia has winter, right? Isn't that what the weather is there? Mm-hmm.
Isn't that what's the weather over there right now? I mean, isn't that what it is in Canada?
Aren't they in their winters?
No, I think they're in North America.
Let's put in what season Australia. Let's see what's Australia's. What season?
Oh, you're talking about Australia? You said Canada.
No, Australia. No.
Australia's in their winter.
Yeah.
You said Canada.
Canada's always in winter.
Yeah, it's always 100%. Especially the more north you go, man.
Yeah. So I think Canada might be, I'm saying, I don't know. Let's see how it all goes with, but what they're doing over in Australia is out of control.
It is out of control.
And they're protesting. And I mean, like I said, that little kid was like so sad. And I don't like why, I'm like, oh gosh,
I want to see if I can find those videos that you're talking about in Australia.
Say put in children separated from, and then there's a video. There's like an actual video. Children separated from their parents or something like that in Australia.
So do you believe that those videos that you see online, because you were like very passionate about it, but do you believe that those videos that you see online of people convulsing on the floor and stuff,
Yep.
that stuff is real?
Yep.
You believe that's real?
Yep.
You don't believe that there is a portion. You don't believe that there's a portion of people that are just doing it because they're sick and they need attention.
Maybe.
There's a lot of attention whoring going on since the
but
internet
you know what?
and
That's sad.
Instagram.
And that's sad too. Like maybe they are. And that is sad too. But like, honestly, I think I just posted on my Facebook, like, it's the bullying. It's the bullying and the shaming and the people like that, you know, they're just sharing their stories and what had happened to them. And people are being so mean. So mean. If I could start a nonprofit.
You could.
If I could start, I'm going to start a nonprofit one day, and it's going to be called, it's going to be about bullying, okay? It's going to be about bullying.
I'm going to knock you out if you're going to say you're going to try to start a nonprofit to stop bullying.
Well, no.
That's never going to stop.
Yes, it is.
No, it's called, not.
I'll fuck you up.org. And they have all the people that have been bullied, right? They call, and then they say, I'll fuck you up.org. What am I being too loud?
So you're no. So you're gonna end bullying by bullying. That's your go-to plan. The fuck is this shit?
By retaliation. I end bullying by showing them what it feels like.
Don't you think we need bullies?
No.
We do need bullies.
No, it's mean. It's like people.
No, we need them.
Why?
They serve a purpose.
For what purpose? I was bullied.
I was bullied.
Well, what were you bullied about?
Anything. Not being big enough, whatever it was. There's a whole bunch of shit. Usually those guys try to like come across people that they think they find is weak.
Yeah.
Right? That's what they do. Mm-hmm. But then I fought back.
Yeah. Now, what if you could call the free hotline, I'llFuckYouUp.org, and you could call somebody and be like, hey, look, this person is bothering me. Do you think? And you give them the name, and then
they just send other bullies to beat the fuck out of them? What the fuck is that?
And they go and they scare them.
Scare them?
Scare them.
That is a nonprofit that's going to get shut the fuck down. What is your business plan, man? You are out of fucking control. This podcast is over, guys. This podcast was brought to you by bullies. Fucking
FuckYouUp.org.
FuckYouUp.org.
FuckYouUp.org. And you show them that it's not nice what they're doing. You say, do you want to be bullied? Do you want this to happen to you? Do you want to get beat up like this? And you tell them, and they're like, no more. And then you beat the bully out of them. You beat the bully out of him. We should make a song. We'll beat that bully.
We'll beat that bully out of him. That bully shit and that bully shit.
We'll beat that bully at him.
That bully shit and that bully shit.
We'll beat that bully at him.
Fuck, man.
I'llFuckYouUp.org.
Beating the shit out of bullies, no.
Beat the bully out of them.
No.
You gotta show them.
So you can't just...
I don't know. He wouldn't give me, no?
I wouldn't give you money? No, I would not give you anything.
You wouldn't donate to
I
my
would donate. Fuck no, I'llFuckYouUp.org. Are you fucking serious?
Oh.
Yeah. How the fuck do you fuck? That's hilarious. Okay. Well, I mean, I think it would make a good sketch.
I mean, I think so too.
That you start a nonprofit called I'llFuckYouUp.org.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
And then we just like drop.
I'll make a video about it.
And then like these like 10-year-old kids get like beat up by like 40-year-old fucking gangsters. You know what I mean?
Can we record? I'll beat that bully out of you.
Yeah.
Beat that bully out of you.
That bully shit. You full of bully shit.
I'll beat that bully out of you.
Hey, no, but we need bullies though.
I know. I don't know.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't know.
Yo, we need them.
Suicide
we
rates
need
are
them,
up,
Joann.
I
Joann,
think
we
people
need
are too
them.
weak these days. Maybe back in the day, Bronx Tale bullies, fine.
Bronx Tale? You brought up Bronx Tale?
I love that movie.
I love that. That's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
That's a good fucking movie. Bronx Tale bullies? You're a fucking idiot.
That's what they were. They were like little kids on the street,
yeah.
And
then they burn up in a car.
But nowadays people are like so weak, They're just not weak, okay? They're sensitive. They're sensitive people. I wouldn't say woke, right? But
Jason Bacon says that sounds like a porn site.
What does?
I'll fuck you up.
I'll beat that bully out of you.
What was the name of the thing?
I'llFuckYouUp.org.
I'llFuckYouUp.org. I bet you any money there's a I'llFuckYouUp.org right now, bro. Let me see if I find it.
I'llFuckYouUp.org.
I'llFuckYouUp.org. And if it's a fucking anti-bully site.
Oh my God, I would love that.
No, it says it can't be reached.
How about beat that bully out of you?
Beat that pussy.
Beat that bully. I'll beat that bully out
I'll
of you.
fuckyouup.com.
I do. I don't like bullies.
That's part. Someone's got it. What was the other one you said?
I'll fuckyouup.org.
No,
Someone
no.
has that.
Yeah. No, it's just nothing.
Oh.
Nothing came up.
Beat that bully.
Beat that bully. Beatthatbully.com. No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I can start my nonprofit called Beat That Bully.
You are fighting. The idea of beat that bully, man, for fucking real. Do you have any idea, like as funny as that fucking sounds, right? Do you know how fast that thing would get shut down?
Why?
Like if like one parent's like, my son is a bully.
But I took him to beat that bully.
And
they beat that bully right out of him.
Somebody called beatthatbully.com. Now look at his face. Look at his face. It'll never be the same again. And then that was it. And then they will shut you down. Then they'll see this podcast and be like, oh, Mike Eshaq's a part of it too.
We gotta shut him down.
Fuck off.
I think, guys, help me out here because I just feel like, and I'm not, we're not trying to hurt them. We just want to, try to show them how it feels to be bullied.
Don't you think bullies are typically,
Beat that bully.
they're also bullied?
Yeah.
So, like, why give them the same thing that they're getting at home?
Well,
like,
how do
a
you
lot of
fix
bullies
it?
are probably like,
How do you fix
you
it?
beat up their parents.
You beat up the whole family?
Yeah, the whole family gets their ass kicked. That's how you do it, bro. Fuck yeah. You know what? You take the whole family, like especially like a big Arab family or something like that.
Why you gotta be Arab?
Arabs.
Arab. Why you gotta be Arabs?
Okay, Greeks. Big Greek families that just don't know how to stop fucking, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like huge family, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to beat each one of them individually.
Mm-hmm.
You round them all up, and then you put them in a shipping container.
Shipping container.
Yeah. And then you get one of those big ass earth mover forklifts, and they pick up the shipping container and they fucking shake the fuck out of it.
Oh, the whole family.
The whole family.
Oh, damn.
And then when they get their all asses beat up by hitting fucking metal nonstop,
Yeah.
then you open it up. You're like, stop bullying people, you pieces of shits.
Yeah, that's definitely an Arab family, but you might watch too
See,
many
fuck
videos.
you.
We don't put people in containers.
I'm just trying to take your fucking. I'm just trying to
Sounds
take
like
your.
it.
I'm just trying to take your bully idea to the next level.
without
Joann.
getting my hands dirty. I get it. You want to put them in a container and shake them up. I understand.
I don't want to hit them.
No. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, it's probably safer, but man.
We
yeah.
need bullies though.
I don't know.
Bullies exist for a reason. Everything in this, I think everything in this world is, when they say that everything happens for a reason, man, it's kind of like true. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so for example, you can't have good days without experiencing bad days. The bad days are essential.
Yeah.
They're essential for you to if everything was fucking good, then what can you base how good it is on?
Yeah.
If you didn't have any type of contrast to that, right?
And you know what, though?
Kind of like how I made you a margarita and you didn't want any salt. I was like, gross.
Yeah.
You don't want contrast?
Judge me.
I am.
Judge Judy.
Judge Judy.
So,
She's hotter.
but Judge Judy than you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, but I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, but the thing is, it's like when you're bullied though, like I understand. And like, but I don't know. I don't think so. Like I said, that I think that the society is a little bit more sensitive now than we were back in the day, where bullies could have maybe motivated you, and now they're meaner because they're online and like suicide.
Oh yeah, there is the online thing now.
And like suicide, like it's different.
That's a very good point.
It's different when you're like at a school playground or whatever, right? And somebody's
But
like,
don't
hey.
you think it's better to just try to equip people who are possibly going to get bullied, to just equip them with the ability to work through it and understand how to cope with it? Because you're not going to end bullying. It happens all throughout life. It's not just at high school or when you're kids.
Yeah.
We're getting bullied right now. The government bullies us. People we know in life bully us. They do it in other ways. Maybe it's not physical, but they'll bully us into, trying to like rip you off or
Right.
whatever it is. if those kids don't grow up with bullies, they're not going to be able to actually have the skill set to figure out that shit when they become adults, man.
You think so?
Yeah, those bullies are there for a purpose, man.
I used to yell at the bullies a lot in high school. Like if they picked on the slow kids, you know, or like the kids that were like smelly or whatever.
Stay closer to the microphone. Make sure you stay close to the microphone.
Not over
You want to use this headphone so you can like...
No, I'm good.
You sure?
I can stay here.
Okay.
I'll stay right here.
Yeah, just stay closer to the microphone like we're doing stand-up.
Okay.
You know? On your podcast, we were talking about relationships.
Yeah.
A lot. You like talking about relationships, huh?
I love. I like talking about love, relationships.
You love talking about love.
Love, relationships.
How often have you been in love?
Well, I mean, I think a few times, you know.
Two times?
A few. And, you know, I think you can love many people in your life. And
You mean like polyamory?
no, like just like in different, not for me anyway, but yeah, like just in different relationships. Like I feel like I loved my high school boyfriend. I didn't really love the guy who was like a steroid, cocaine, EMT stripper.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about him. That already sounds like a disaster.
It was such a disaster.
EMT stripper, steroid,
cocaine, ecstasy using, and
Guido
I told you he
Greaseball.
wanted me to take steroids too, and I was like, oh my.
He wanted you to take
And
steroids?
then also, I said this on one of my podcasts too. I think it was with Dave Murphy. He was like, "Oh, so he was trying to drug use. He gave me GHB, horrible drug, horrible thing. That's the Bill Cosby drug or whatever. No, now that's the.
What does a GHB do?
Oh my gosh, it's for me. It wasn't good. So anyway, he gave me GHB. It was like a powder, and I threw up. I was so sick right after. I was like throwing up everywhere, and then he was like, "Here, take some more." He's like, don't, it'll make you feel good. And I was like, dude, I just puked my guts up. Like, why are you telling me to take some more? And then someone put GHB in my drink at the Playboy Mansion at their Halloween party. It was a girl. We were all at a party together.
A girl put the GHB in there?
Well, she asked me if I wanted it, and I was like, no, I'm cool. But then we were all sitting at like a VIP, like whatever, with like bottle service. And then she gave me a drink. And afterwards, I couldn't even walk. Like, I could not even walk. And, like, honestly, like, this guy, oh, my gosh. This guy, he was, like, this guy Antonio from Atlanta or whatever.
This was at the party.
Yeah. I had no idea who he was, right? I couldn't find my friends. I was, like, falling on the floor. Like, I was, like, falling down. Like, it was horrible.
Were you tripping?
I wasn't tripping. I was just like, I could not function. And I was like in the buffet, like right before this drink, I ate like, so I wasn't like drunk.
When I
like,
was a kid, I've heard of people talking about GHB, but I've never taken it. I've always thought it was human growth hormone. Whenever I said GHB, I thought it was.
But it makes you drunk or something. I don't know. What does
No.
it
This
say
is
on the
this is not
growth hormone. It's
no,
not?
I don't think so. No, I think it stands for something else.
I thought it was growth hormone too.
That's what I thought. Like HGH. HGH is human growth hormone.
Yeah, that's that. But GHB is, I don't know what GHB is.
Hold on. GHB is, let me look it up right here. I just had it up. It's a gamma hydroxybutyric acid.
What does it do?
I don't fucking know. I'm trying to like figure it out.
Bodybuilders take it. Bodybuilders.
That's HGH.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I met this dude at the gym. Like the guy that I was dating, he was like a gym guy, and
wait a minute. GHB is a central nervous system depressant that is commonly referred to as a club drug or date rape drug.
Yes.
So that's the date rape drug.
Yep.
GHB is abused by teens and young adults at bars, parties, clubs, and raves, and is often placed in alcoholic beverages. Euphoria, increased sex drive, and tranquility are reported positive effects of GHB abuse. Negative effects may include sweating, loss of consciousness, nausea, hallucinations, amnesia, and coma, among other side effects.
This was me. That was me.
I think it's different if
I went
girls
into
take
the
it to
porta
guys
potty.
take it.
I went into the porta potty at the Playboy Mansion, and I was sweating.
Wait. You was the Playboy Mansion, and there was porta potties.
Yeah.
So the mansion was like, we don't want your shit in our house. Then you gotta get the fuck out. Okay.
It was like over by. It was the Halloween party that they do every year, right? So like, there's a bunch of.
I wouldn't know. I've never been to it.
Yeah. So you have to park in this lot. You have to park in a lot, and then they take a shuttle bus to you up to the mansion. Okay, because it's like in Beverly Hills at the Hugh Hefner's whatever estate. So you park at this lot. So I was like, oh cool, with my friends, right? And then I left because I was like, oh, the buffet's open. I'm gonna just like eat because I'm hungry and I want to eat something before I drink and whatever.
Which is smart.
Yeah,
You're being smart.
Yeah, exactly. And I was hungry too. So I was like, okay. So then the girl asked me, like I said, if I wanted GHB, and I was like, no, because of my experience with with the boyfriend, right? And I was like, oh man, that's not good. So. And then somehow I got it. And then I was like dizzy. I like passed out. And right before the whole GHB thing, this guy was like, oh, because I was the FBI, like a sexy whatever FBI.
Is that what you were dressed like?
Yeah.
So you were working there?
No, that was my costume.
Oh, that was your costume.
It was a Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like FBI. Didn't you know I had an FBI? I was in the
No.
FBI.
I thought they hired you.
I was arresting people.
I thought they hired you to be a sexy girl there.
No. It was the Halloween party. They do it every year. It's big. It's a big party.
Okay, I get it. It's big. They do it every year. Come on, let's go.
Okay, so anyway, this guy probably paid like $1,000. So I saw him earlier and he was like, oh, arrest me, whatever. Right. And then after I came out of the bathroom, after when I was sweating and I was like throwing up in this porta potty, it was so gross. It was like a horrible experience because I had the GHB and I couldn't function anymore. I could barely walk. And then the guy was out there. I swear he was like an angel sent from heaven. And I'm sure he paid like $1,000 to get a ticket into this Halloween party. And here I am. And he's like putting me in his car. Not his car, but he had a car service because I legit could not walk. I could not. And I'm not one. I'm a responsible drinker. I'll drink.
Yeah. You'll pace yourself.
I'll pace myself, but also drink water in between, which I always feel like I don't want to be like a sloppy. I just I don't like to be out of control like that, especially.
You're already out of control. I think I gave you too much tequila, man. Fuck. I fucked up.
Especially at the Playboy Mansion. So now my car is still in the parking garage. Right? And now I'm with this guy.
Can you put your phone off the thing? Because every time it vibrates,
yes,
I'm hearing it. And then not only that, it's making static.
So, sorry. So, my car is in the parking garage, right? So I get in a car with him and then he takes me to his hotel.
Smart man. You're already primed.
And I swear he didn't do anything. And he was waking
What an idiot.
And
You're a fucking idiot.
And I was waking me up and he's like, I just want to make it. And then he had to drive me back to my car the next day because it was in this parking garage. And when on my way home, I had to pull over and I threw up motor oil. It was so bad.
It was black?
No, it was green. Okay, antifreeze.
I do up motor oil. So it was black. Now it's green. Antifreeze. Fuck. Okay.
Isn't that what antifreeze looks like?
Yeah. Can be. Sometimes it's red. Sometimes it's green.
Green.
Yeah.
So it was horrible. I don't know, man. So anyway, I don't even know.
It also says here GHB has also been postulated as having anabolic effects due to protein synthesis and has been used by bodybuilders for muscle building and reducing fat.
Yep.
Interesting.
It makes you shredded.
I don't even know if I want to.
But you take little doses.
So it's like a microdose is what they're taking.
I guess so, yeah.
And then I think when they're probably giving it to girls so that they want to date rape, they put a lot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about the date rape drug that really pisses me the fuck off, okay? Who the fuck wants to fuck someone that doesn't want to fuck them?
Like Bill Cosby?
I don't get that.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't get
That's
that.
why I'm at bars now. I'm like, don't Bill Cosby mean it. It's like, I'm
You know
gonna
what
keep
I'm
my
saying?
drink over here.
I don't
He's
get
like-
that shit.
I mean, why would you, like, you're having, I mean, unless his dick is so small that they're not going to feel it anyway. So it saves them, like, the embarrassment.
There's prostitution. Oh, you mean like they give him GHB so that they can have sex with him without the girl knowing that he's got a micro penis?
I guess.
If you got a micro penis, how can you feel the vagina anyway?
Why would you want to have sex, like, with someone who's unresponsive? I don't
Same
get
here.
it. Like,
No,
or
you don't
even,
understand.
like, there's people who like to have sex with dead people.
That's a different thing.
That's
that I can almost understand.
Really?
Well, because I look at that and I'm like, you're sick.
Like
Like
should-
you are way out of the norm.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This other person is like, I want to have sex with a person.
Yeah.
But I don't want them to know that I had sex with them.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. I've heard a lot.
No, they just
I've heard a
like-
lot of date rape drug stories, and every single one that I've heard
Yeah.
are the girls successfully realizing something's wrong, and then they go home.
Yeah.
Or they have somebody help them take them home or whatever.
Yeah.
I have never heard of a successful date rape story. Not once. I'm sure they're out there, but all the girls that I've talked to, and what's funny is that there's a lot of women that get fucking that shit thrown in their fucking drinks, apparently.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary. That's fucking scary as fuck.
They get Cosby'd.
Was he doing GHB? Is that what he used?
No, I think he was doing Quaaludes.
Fuck, he still had Quaaludes. They stopped making that shit.
He's old.
He
They
probably-
did stop. They
he probably
expired.
bought
Quaaludes
all-
are expired. Now they use GHB. He's on the GHB now. He's like, oh, where can I get some GHB? Can't you imagine? Oh my gosh.
How did we get on GHB? We were talking about love. How the fuck did we fucking get sidetracked to this shit?
Oh, because I guess I don't know. My steroid boyfriend.
Oh, we're talking about love.
Yeah.
The guy, how many you were in
I
love a
did
few
not love him.
times.
I mean, I think.
But the fucking Magic Mike fucking EMT
Yeah.
douchebag, it was not like
no.
not somebody you loved. It was hard to love him, right?
Yeah, and then I
Well,
started
yeah.
working at a strip club.
You were a stripper, or you were like a waiter?
I was I
waitress?
was the shop girl because I was
Oh.
19 or like no, I was 20.
Yeah.
I was 20 and like I was underage, so but I was the shop girl, and then the guys that would come in, I would just like talk to them, and like the strippers hated me actually because I would talk to the guys all the time, and I'd be like, why are you here? Are you married? Like, why are you spending money? And like, I
Oh,
was
you're
like,
the
"You wanna
worst
do
type of shot girl. You need to shut the fuck up.
No, I was like, come on, let's do more shots. I was like, you want another shot? I'll do one with you. And then I got in trouble.
Yeah.
I got in trouble for underage drinking. He's like, you can't do the shots. You can't do the shots with the customers. I'm like, how do you expect me to sell them? Because I was like the best shot girl. I was like selling racks on racks.
How are you
on
really
racks.
the best shot girl when you were like, here, have a shot. You have a wife.
Yeah, I
like, what
was.
the
I don't
fuck?
know because they just wanted somebody to talk to. A lot of them too.
That's
you
a lot
know?
of guys that go to strip clubs are like that.
Yeah, they just and like here I am, like like oh, so like what's your life like? I'm like, oh, are you like not okay with?
They're only talking to you because they want to get in your pants.
Well, that's fine because it doesn't happen, but
But I mean, that's the whole impetus. And when a guy's like talking to you at a strip club, he's like, oh, maybe she's the one I can.
even
you know?
the married ones.
Yes. Married men love to cheat. What are you talking about? I'm not saying all married men, but I'm just saying like of a man that really wanted to cheat and he's married, he really wants to cheat.
Well, they were like, why do married men go to strip clubs? Like that's what I was trying to figure out. Like even at 20 years old,
I
was trying to
understand it.
figure out. That's what I was.
I personally
asking
don't
them.
understand it.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. The psychological.
I think this is the thing. I think that like if you're married to this woman, right? You love her. When you first met, you guys were very attractive and whatever. And then time goes on and you're still together. And then now you're shaped like a pear and she's shaped like a fucking bag of potatoes. You know what I mean? It's like, you still love your wife. You don't want to cheat on her, but you still want to feel a sexy woman up against you or near you. Not only that, there's a lot of guys that go to strip clubs because they can't pick up women on their own, right? So to get close to a woman, that's what they do is they go to a strip club.
Or like
there was a
hot
guy.
chicks. Like,
There was a guy in my platoon when I was in the Marines. Last name was Frank. It And we only go by each other's last names. So I had no idea what his first name was. His first name was probably Frank. He's probably Frank. But anyways, he was a homely looking guy. He was a guy that looked like, you ever watch Leave It to Beaver or any of those type of shows? He had that type of face. That like Leave It
Like
to Beaver face.
white?
Like his brother, not with the really like nose and the way he had that. He looked like he came out of a 1950s movie with his haircut and freckles and shit, right?
Yeah.
And then one day he like just walked up to me while I was in the barracks hanging out, and he's like, "Want to go to the strip club with me?" And I was like, "Frank, I'm really not into going to the strip club, man. It's not my thing. I don't like. I personally don't like going to strip clubs because I had game. To me, it's like I hated going to strip clubs with my friends. I'd go with them. We throw money at a girl. I go home with angry nuts.
Blue balls.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd rather go to the club,
Yeah.
meet a girl, you know what I'm saying, and possibly take her home, as
Yeah.
opposed to like throwing money at a girl that doesn't want me. So, but he convinced me, and I was like, all right, fuck it. It was like midday. Like he
Yeah.
wanted to go midday. I remember it was like a Tuesday or Thursday or whatever. No, it was like early Saturday. It was on the weekend, early Saturday. And there was like a big ass strip club right outside of Camp Lejeune, and it was called the Driftwood. And it was the biggest strip club there. Joann, as soon as we fucking walk in that place, I didn't know what to expect.
What do you mean?
I've been in there before.
Yeah.
But when I walked in with Frank, with this homely looking motherfucker who looks like the last time he had pussy is when pussy had him, right? This motherfucker walks into the fucking strip club. Every stripper in that place stopped what they were doing, and they all crowded around him to give him a hug.
Aw.
Girls that were giving lap dances said, fuck you, gave them their $20 back to go hug Frank. The girl that was on they all crowded
So
around
sweet.
to hug Frank. And that's how I felt. I was like, how sweet. And then I was just like, damn, Frank got game. And then I found the sad truth.
Frank has had a lot of money.
No.
Frank gave them a lot of money.
Gave them his entire paycheck
Yeah.
in that one night.
Yeah.
He blows his entire paycheck
It's not okay.
in that one night
On these
to have this
attention.
grandiose feeling of being this type of guy that can have these hot women all around him. Like that was enough for him
a
to
baller.
feel like something.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand it. And all I wanted to do was talk him out of it. That's exactly how I felt. Because to me, I already knew strip clubs were kind of like, this is stupid. Then when I went with Frank, it started off like, whoa, Frank owns a strip club. Then I saw him just handing money out. I'm like, oh, Frank is sad.
Yeah.
You know, he probably just doesn't really believe in himself. Like if he believed in himself to be able to pick up a girl on his own,
Well, why do people hire prostitutes though?
because they like fucking.
Yeah, but why don't you just go to a club and find a girl?
Because it's harder. So hold on a second. So here's the
much
thing.
easier.
Here's the thing. Some guys don't have time, nor do they want to deal with. Listen, I've dated bisexual girls. Most of the girls I date are bisexual, and the girls that are bisexual understand how shitty it is to try to date a woman.
Yeah.
It is not fucking fun, man.
Yeah.
Like we guys go through a lot of fucking bullshit just to get that pussy, man. You know what I mean?
What kind of bullshit?
We can't even be straightforward.
What do you mean?
I can't walk up to a girl and be like, yo, let me have that pussy. Let me fucking have
why
that
would you
pussy
do that anyway?
right now. Because it's the truth. Women don't want the truth.
What do you want? You just want to have sex and that's it? Like,
Yes.
Well, that's so shallow. Don't you want to like? I don't know.
I'm a fuckboy for life.
You are.
No,
They have Fuckboy
I'm
Island.
not.
You can go on Fuckboy Island.
Nah, I'm all right with that. I got my own harem here.
You do, don't you?
No.
Well,
But hold on a second. So
wait, did you go on a date with that girl the other night?
what other night?
You were like, oh, I can't. I don't know. Maybe it was last night. But you were like, oh, I can't go to this thing. But oh shit, because I can't go to this thing because I've been trying to get a date with this girl and she hasn't. You know, we're both busy.
That girl, no. I haven't seen her yet.
Wait, I thought you were going on a date with her.
I was trying to, but it was like, oh, now I got a show. That was like one of those things. It's just like really, and then where she works, I'm working, and when she gets off, I'm at the clubs, and it's just one of those things, you know.
Yeah.
She's like, she owns her own business, so like she seems like this girl here that I want to meet. This girl here seems like, hey, you know, possible, you know, whatever. But then like sometimes I meet other girls and it's just like, nah, I don't want anything else other than just sex from you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's other girls, the same thing. Don't act like it's only guys. There are girls that are very aggressive about only wanting sex.
Yeah, I know.
You know, but in terms of like getting a prostitute, right? Why do some guys get a prostitute? It's because trying to like get a girl is a hard work for a lot of guys. Whether they got game or not, right? So even guys that have game, it still takes resources, right? You gotta meet the girl, right? Approach her, try to get her to show some interest. She shows interest, get her number. Now you gotta fucking text her, show charisma through text, right? Keep that thing going, right? And then after the text, try to convince her to go out with you again. Maybe she just ghosts you. So now if she ghosts you, all that fucking work you put into it, start over, try to find another girl, right? And then you finally get that girl to go out on a date. Let's say it fucking works, right? And then she's like not one of the girls that want to have sex that night. She wants to like take it slow. Fine. So you take her out to dinner, you take out the drinks. Now you're in $200-$300. Then you gotta try to spend more time.
That's so annoying.
Hold on, trying to get her back out again, and then she wants to come back out again. But okay, let's have some more drinks. Then you take her out, and you guys have 4 or 5 drinks. Now you're out of pocket $150, $200 again. Now you're like $500, $600 in. Not only that, it took you 7 days to get this girl out, and then maybe she's gonna give you the pussy. $500, one prostitute, boom, she fucks you, you come, she leaves. You know what I'm saying?
Steve Harvey, 60 days.
Fuck 60 days, man. You were telling me about Steve Harvey's like, you don't know, ladies, you need to wait 60 days before you give that pussy. I'm like, that bitch ain't getting no dick. She ain't getting no dick. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because a man will try to wait. If a man, somebody who's got like decent game, okay, he's not going to wait 60 days to fuck you. You know what he's going to do? He's going to, if he really wants to fuck you that bad, he'll wait the 60 days, right? But in the interim of waiting for those 60 days to fuck you, he's fucking other women. I know that's what I would do.
Well, yeah, because men are...
That's what I would do.
Unless they don't have time. Like, I don't know how guys have all this time to, like, fuck a bunch of different chicks and deal with all their shit, you know? Like, I don't understand how... guys like
that's where ghosting comes in.
Do that. I mean, yeah. So
the thing is, I don't ghost.
You don't have time. Yeah, you don't ghost because
I don't
that's
ghost.
Rude.
It is rude. Even
be honest and be like, hey, I don't have time for your sorry ass. You're not a priority, like or whatever. Like, give the fucking truth. Like
one of the girls that I was hooking up with out here, she started trying to open up. Hey, we should go grab dinner. Hey, we should, whatever. And Joann, I was just straight the fuck up with her. I was like, I'm not looking that with you. To be honest, I don't want to waste any of our times. I go, I like what we have already. Because personally, I don't even like the girl.
Yeah.
She don't even like me.
So what is it then?
The sex is on point.
It's just sex?
Like, that's the best fuck buddy. The best fuck buddy is when you see someone and you're like, man, this sex is amazing, but you're a piece of shit. You know? Yeah, that's the best. Because then, like, that type of a girl would, especially for a guy, that type of girl who, like, she kind of already is like, oh, yeah, we can't have anything but this. Yeah. And that's, like, perfect. Yeah. Otherwise, if there's, like, certain things that click, one of the other is going to be like, oh, I want more,
That's me all the time. I'm always like, oh, I know you say you're on a relationship.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you last time when we were talking about last time. You were like, no, I'm not that girl. I'm like, no, fuck yeah, you're that girl. I can see that shit. You're like, yeah. You're the type of girl that's like, yeah, we can do it casual. And the next thing you know, it's like, I'll slash your tires if you don't fucking give me a ring, bitch.
Exactly. I don't want a ring, but I do want honesty and... Yeah, and for me, it's like, it's not worth the dramatics of like the other people involved or like who, like, I just don't, like, I'm just not interested in that. Like,
you're not interested in what?
Like, either
just hookups? I
mean, if it happens like one time, then great, but I never. No, I don't do that. Yeah, like I don't have like one night stands or anything like that.
You never had a one night stand?
Um,
Come on, Joann.
One time I did have this one
This
guy.
one time.
Right.
I'm gonna multiply that by 20.
No, one time, right?
Like a legit just one night stand. Meaning,
like met this guy at a club.
okay, but then okay, let's define one night stand because sometimes people have like a. So what's a one night stand to you?
Well, so I guess it would be like meeting somebody out and then taking him home, and then. Yeah, I get, but so he kind of slept over, and then
he slept over.
Yeah, and then I never saw, and then it was like the next day, and then he left, and then I never heard from him again.
Okay, so that's a one night stand.
Yeah.
Okay, but how about if you like fuck a person on the first night and then you guys start dating or like start seeing each other more often, or like hook up again? Is that considered a one night stand?
No.
Okay, so you've only had one. Mm-hmm. All right, and how was it?
Well, so the next day I was like, oh.
I was like, oh.
No, it was like.
You want to meet my mom?
I was like, are we going to hang out again? Or because I never had a one night stand before.
How old were you at the time?
I think I was like 27.
Okay.
Or 28.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like.
43.
No, I don't know how old he was, but like.
Well, how old was he? How old do you think he was?
He was like this.
What?
I don't know if he was like a model or a basketball player or something like that, overseas or something.
Okay.
Shit like that. But,
so he was fine.
So
he was fine.
And then
he was worth the one night stand.
Yeah, he was.
And then you woke up in the morning, you were like, "This motherfucker's sexy."
Yeah. If I told you who he is and you Googled him, you would probably be like, "Okay, I see."
Are you gonna tell us? Are you gonna tell us? Why not? Come on.
No.
Tell us.
I will
Who
never.
cares? Who cares? Nobody watches this anyway. Come on.
They'll come back to haunt me. But it was one of the I don't know which one now. I don't remember his name, which is so bad. But it was one of the Kojo brothers. Have you know who they are?
Kojo brothers?
Yeah. So,
no, I don't know anything about sports.
Not the one that's like married. The other one that like played basketball. One was like an actor. I think his name was Boris or something. But the other one, I can't remember his name. But it was my one and only one night stand.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? What does it say?
I don't know. Kojo brothers.
It's Kodje. Kojo.
I just see some goofy black dude with glasses on.
Oh, that's funny.
Is it him?
I don't know.
Is he goofy looking? Kojo Q?
No.
How you spell his name?
Kodjo. Boris?
Oh, I'd fuck the shit out of this guy.
Let me see.
He's sexy as
Can
fuck,
I go
bro.
next to you? And
yeah,
see?
come over here.
Okay. Oh, shit.
Is it him? Is it this bozo? I'm going to put it on the screen.
Wait, I think it's his brother, though. Kojo.
This is his. That's the guy that you banged?
No, not Boris. Oh, Patrick. Patrick, go back.
Oh, shit. You a hoe.
I know. That's what I see.
Wait. Him?
Patrick.
Are they twins?
I think so.
Patrick Kojo.
This one over here, though.
This is Patrick Kojo right there.
But he looks like Boris.
What, are they twins?
Here.
Oh, there's both of them. Which one is it?
This one.
It's that one? I'd fuck the shit out of that guy. I'm not even gay, man. I'd fucking...
He was hot. He was so hot. It was amazing.
Yeah?
And then I left in the morning. I taught spin, and I came back home, and he was still there. Okay.
He was still there sleeping?
That's why. Is that a one night stand?
Hold on.
I went to work.
Did you go another round? Did you go another round after you come back?
Yeah.
Hey.
So is that a one night stand?
Yeah.
And then I was like, so I texted him. I was like, I never had a one night stand. Are we gonna see each other again?
And he was like,
I guess I don't know what you called a ghost back then, but
he didn't text you back.
He was like, oh, I'm really big. I don't even know. Probably not. I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. One night stand.
Yeah.
It's okay though because
I'm the type of guy I like.
You need that. And I was so heartbroken over this guy in Jersey.
But this was in Jersey.
No, this was here.
Oh, this was here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now you're talking about another guy.
I was like in love with this Greek guy in New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm Greek guys, man.
and
Come on, Greek guys. Show this Greek girl some love, man.
So I think I was like recovering from
That fire dick. Do you have a jackhammer?
No, I think I was just from my heartbreak, you know.
Oh, yeah. So only one night stand?
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Oh.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna give you more tequila. We can get down to the fucking truth, man.
That's it. That was it.
What?
Huh?
That was the only one night stand.
That was it. That was the only one.
I don't believe you.
Really? Yeah, no, that was the only.
You know why I don't? It's not that I don't believe you. I take that back. I'm saying that through the filter of I really do believe, like I said in your podcast, women are conditioned to really try to not project that they get a lot of sex. Like, I think it's frowned upon in America, almost like it is in places like the Middle East, for a woman to just be like, yeah, I get dick every day.
No, and it's even like, you know, my friends, when we would go on vacation, because we went to Cancun, what are they saying? What's Jason Bacon saying?
No, Sean Quigley.
Sean
He's
Quigley.
an old friend of mine, man. I haven't seen this guy in so long.
Sean.
He said, Paul Smith had the best line ever. Hello, you look like a girl with high moral fortitude. Wanna fuck?
What's up,
He
Sean?
said 9 slaps later, he found one that would. That is funny, bro.
Would it be a one-night stand, Sean?
That's funny. He goes, of course, that was at Harpo's. Oh, my God.
What's
Harpo's.
Harpo's?
It's a place in Detroit. It's like a metal bar.
Oprah's place?
Harpo's. It's called Harpo's.
Okay.
It's a club
Yeah.
that hosts bands, you
Yeah.
know? And it's like a lot of hair metal bands like back in the day. It was one of the first places I got drunk when I was like not even 21.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I got fucking stories about that place, man. But he was just some guy from Detroit, like saying that.
Detroit.
But yeah, so I just wanted to like I think that women, like, you know, don't you believe that like you guys are kind of forced to fix your hair? I'm just trying to be your hairstyle. There
Oh,
you go.
thank you.
Yeah.
Picture.
Yeah.
I
Perfect.
know I
There you
move
go.
it. I
Yeah.
move it around a lot. I should just leave it alone.
Yeah, well,
Is it still?
No, it's good right now.
Okay.
Yeah. Before it looked like a hot mess for a second.
It was like all over the place.
Yeah, like Cameron Diaz and where she had the cum in the hair.
Something
What was it?
about Mary.
It was doing that for a
I
second.
love that.
You like cum in your hair?
I mean,
Really? You like cum in your hair? Okay. No. I don't know. I just feel like women really are forced to not really show exactly how sexual they are.
well, it's because, yeah, we don't, you know, I guess be like called a whore, slut is like frowned upon, right? Like it was always that way where like if men fuck a lot of chicks, they're like, you know, they're like the man. But like if women do a lot of guys, then they're whores and
Do you think
sluts.
that's fair?
No,
What do you think it should be like?
it should just be equal.
Do you think it ever will be?
No.
You don't think it ever will be?
No, because, you know, I feel like maybe there's like higher standards for women in that, you know, people are, you know, I think that they excuse men more for doing things of that nature, or people, our society, our beliefs, you know, collective beliefs over the years. Like men are always the cheaters, the this or the that, or the ones that, you know, that's more like the men, right? So when women do it, it's looked down upon because it's not understandable, you know, or like common. I don't know. It's like it's more expected from a man than it is a woman. So when a woman does it, they have to call her a whore
And that's why I think a lot of women have to downplay that.
yeah.
So that's why, like, when you say, I've only had one night stand, I'm already like,
Well, I would go on vacation, like I said, when we would go to spring break with my friends, and we'd be in Cancun, spring break. was the best, right? Even though I don't go to a foam party, I think I'm too little for a foam party. I almost died in there. I was like, I couldn't breathe.
You're too short for that shit.
I'm too short for a foam party. Yeah. I was like, I'm dying.
I need a footstool.
I was like, get me the fuck out of this foam.
Give me a milk crate.
I almost died in the foam. So, yeah, Cancun. And, my friends are like, yeah, don't you want to like hook up? Like, let's hook up with dudes. Like, because it's like spring break, whatever. And they were like, yeah, because we'll never see them again or whatever. And I was like, why would you want to do that? Like, why do you want to hook up with somebody like and share an experience like that and never see them again? I don't understand that. Like, why would you want to do that? Like, it's fun. It doesn't matter. I'm like, no, I'm good.
I find a lot of women are really into that. So like if I go on the road and do stand up, I will attract girls like after the show, and you can tell they are like, this is going to be an easy hookup because he's not going to be here tomorrow.
You're right.
So it's like,
now imagine celebrities too, who are just like,
be careful when you touch this, so we can hear it. Oh. Yeah. No, you can touch it, but it's not. But like if you like start like we can hear it in the microphone.
Can.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. It's to me. It's just it is. I mean, there's a biological reason I think why we look at women as being negative if they like sleep around.
Yeah.
I think it's I heard.
Do you think that's fair?
I don't think it's fair at all. To me, I have a friend of mine named Vika. Mm-hmm. Okay, she's really cool, and she does these like experimental men dinners where she's really interesting. She had me be in one of them, and I recorded the session. And she just wanted to learn more about how men viewed women.
Oh.
So what she would do is she would just grab random men that she ended up meeting throughout life, wherever. Mm-hmm. Let's say she met a guy at a party or whatever. And then she's like, you know what? I'm having this get together. Going to bring together men from different walks of life. We're just going to have like I'll cook dinner and everything. And I just want to ask you guys questions about how you feel about women. And it was really interesting.
Really?
Because I got to see like almost like different versions of myself of how I used to be. Because like the one guy would be like insecure about like he didn't like the fact that women would sleep around, and he had these this one guy had like these really conservative like mindset about like how women should be when it comes to sex. And I remember, I was kind of like that when I was really young, because I grew up Muslim. And there's some other guy, and there was these varying degrees of like the way these men looked at women, mm-hmm. coming from their backgrounds and stuff. And I remember the last question that she asked, my answer was something that was so honest, but made her perk up. Because it made me realize that this is exactly what I think is right. So she asked, how do you guys feel about women's newfound freedom to enjoy sex? How do you guys feel about that? That now we're at this level where women are now exploring sex in a way that a man does.
Yeah, and
right?
It's acceptable.
And it's becoming acceptable. I have to listen to the tape again because I have it recorded, but there were a handful of guys in there that had reservations about that.
Really?
Right? Yeah. Even guys that when I was looking at them, just some white surfer dude, I just thought that he'd be like, oh man, I'd be cool, dude. I don't care. But he wasn't like that. He was like literally like, I don't know. And a lot of their answers came from this like, it came from this place of like, and I think some insecure men have this issue where they're like, if women can just enjoy sex like we can, and they can get it way easier than we can,
without like being attached, you mean?
Whatever, just at the level of being able to get it.
Yeah.
Right. It's much easier for you to get laid than me. Like if we were both like to go on a contest by sundown, who's gonna actually get some sex tonight? You would probably win. Meaning that we have to go out to look for new people, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the time the sun goes down, you probably have a better chance of getting a guy to be like, fuck yeah, let's do it right now behind this dumpster. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of men in that room, I noticed, were like kind of insecure. Like their answers came from this place of this insecurity of like the best way to explain it is, in their minds, it's like, if I got a woman that I loved and I wanted to make her mine, I would like to know that she's only going to be with me.
Yeah.
I don't like that we're living in this world where this girl that I end up falling in love with can really explore just fucking a bunch of guys without anything, right?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of this like patriarchy that we have comes from a lot of men's insecurities about the supply of women that they can get. You know?
Yep.
So for example, it's like, I've dated girls, not even dated, just fucked. Like, you know, like this one girl that she was like really fucking hot, 10.5 hot, like just too perfect. Okay. And when we met, she literally told me straight the fuck up, I only want sex. Can you do that? And I was like, yeah. She's like, no, please don't just say yeah like these other guys, and then they fall in love with me, and then they want me to get them to marry them, and blah blah this.
Oh my gosh!
No,
don't you think that's fake?
But hold on.
Like that girls are just saying that. Don't you ever think like girls are just saying that?
no, she wasn't. She was being real. She literally was like, I have a problem. I just want to fuck, and it'd be nice to have somebody that I can fuck.
Have a problem.
No, she literally she's like, to her it was just like, I would like just to find someone to have sex with.
Yeah.
And not have to worry about them going, oh my God, you're so beautiful, I have to marry you.
Yeah.
Right?
And guys are like that.
And guys are like that. There are guys that are fucking like that. But the point that I was trying to make that I got fucking sidetracked was, what was the overall point that I was trying to make? God damn it. I lost it.
No, you got it. It's still
Help me out. We're both high. We fucked up.
No, you were saying that. So she just wanted to have sex, like so
No. Before that, I was trying to make a point, an overall arcing point, and then I fucking got sidetracked because I thought about how hot she was. She was so hot. She's so hot.
So guys, like so were you okay with her?
Oh. So what I'm saying is like, so these guys that I was talking to in this circle, they were coming from kind of that place where they were like, they didn't like living in a world where women were so easy for them to get sex as opposed to back in the day, so that if they were to fall in love with a woman, they would feel insecure thinking that she might be getting some on the side someplace else, right? So then when the question got to me, the way I answered it was, I was like, I think it's great. I think it's great that women can just enjoy sex. And then I said, I grew up Muslim. I grew up in Detroit in an area where a lot of Arab Muslim women were there. And it was fucking impossible to even talk to them because their brothers would just come out and beat the fuck out of you for talking to them. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I was like, I grew up in that culture where it was so restrictive for women to really show who they were and wanted to be how they wanted to be, even sexually, that I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So at the end of the thing, I said, I think right now we as men have the opportunity to enjoy the freedoms of women.
Yeah.
And she thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
Because I was the only one in that circle that said that.
So did you fuck her after that?
No, I've never fucked Vika. No, me and Vika never fucked. No, never. She's beautiful, by the way. She's fucking beautiful, but she's not about that, you know.
No, you guys are just friends.
You were just friends. She's very restrictive about who she has sex with because she was sexually traumatized as a child, you know, when she was, yeah. So she puts most of her efforts in trying to learn how other people view sex and whatever. And she has these like that. So I was part of that dinner, and it was amazing because to me, I was like, I enjoy it. I enjoy that women are free now.
Yeah.
Because I grew up.
But they're not ashamed anymore.
There's still shame though.
You think?
The shame is still there. That's why I meet so many fucking like beautiful comedians that they always have a joke about, I'm not getting laid. Mm-hmm. I'm not getting any dick. And then they'll even say that like in person, like you'll be like hanging out with them and they'll be like, I can't remember the last time I've been fucked. It's just like, shut up. Just shut up. You know, it's almost like this shame of like, you know, I'm so hot and I'm getting, you know, I may have dick get thrown at me. So that's what I'm saying. Like when I hear
it's a choice though. Like
what
if
is?
like for me, it's a choice. Like I'm choosing not to be like participate in that part of.
But I don't think it's also a choice. I think it's just like it's part of you. You know,
Like I just don't care.
it's just how you feel. It's how you feel about it.
Well,
you
I
know?
just don't care about like that's not a priority for me.
like sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was for a while, or like looking for a man or a husband or a boyfriend or
Yeah,
having
yeah.
kids or getting married. And
Yeah.
it's like, I'm so way past that I don't even care about that anymore. Like I'm so focused on like, you know, my purpose here on earth that
Yeah. And your career and what your next move is gonna be, and I totally get it. As I get older, I kind of like start to slow down in terms of like wanting sex, but it's not, man. I'm a hornball, man.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I'm a hornball.
I hate it and I like it at the same time.
I mean, look, and everybody needs like, you know, physical contact and like love, and you know that's why I do the podcast too, because like just to understand it all and like where it comes from, and
what do you like
how
about
do
being
we
in
give
love?
it to ourselves, you know, is it
right, how do you love yourself?
right because like we can all just go fuck each other and we can masturbate all day long, right, just to get that, like, you know,
Let's end the podcast.
the
Let's
end
just do
goal
that.
if that's the end goal, right?
Yeah.
Just to like have an orgasm, right? Because I think having an orgasm is healthy. Like I think it's healthy.
We
Like
should have more of them.
I think you need to release the Kraken. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you can't just keep all of that in.
Right.
And
Right.
so
And better, and it's better if you do it with another person that
It is.
that
And
you
if
don't
you-
have to be in love with, but at least someone you respect and like and find sexy.
and that's clean, and that's not
Yeah.
fucking everybody. Like, who wants a dirty person, girl, female, whatever, guy, who's like go around like fucking a bunch of people? Like
Me.
Do you? Okay, so if that's
No,
what
it's-
like me, that makes me uncomfortable.
But the thing is that I have hooked up with girls that I've had like casual like hookups with, that we'd see each other again.
Yeah.
Man, it's known to me that they're also fucking other people.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
it's like so OCD, like, and it's not even like OCD or clean or whatever, but like, yeah, I don't want anybody's energy or shit like involved in my shit. So I think a lot of people are this way where they're okay with, you know, just, you know, whatever, just fucking a bunch of people. So I just rather not deal. I just don't care enough to
See, I changed.
to deer.
I started off being very monogamous.
Oh,
Yeah. In my 20s, I was Mr. Monogamy because I grew up, you know, very conservative, like not very conservative, but I grew up Muslim.
so you were
and-
like one girl at a time.
Yes, one girl at a time. I was Mr. Relationship.
Yeah.
I wasted my entire 20s on basically one relationship.
So maybe you're making up for that now, because that's
That's
what you
exactly
do in
what
your
I'm doing.
20s, though, isn't it?
In your 20s, you're supposed to be out there fucking everything. But I was the opposite. I was getting one girl and drilling her 5 times a day.
Like, where are you? Where are you going? Where you been? Where you
No.
drilling her? Oh, having sex, drilling.
yeah.
Okay, I was like, you think we're
Like in my 20s, it's like, you know, guys in their 20s, just like, it's like, I can keep fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, I wasn't the guy that needed a new girl every time. I just needed that girl there every time, you know?
And that's what I would like. That's
Yeah.
the kind of shit
That's how I'm wired.
That's the kind of shit I would like now. Like
Right.
that, you know, not the one
But
that's,
back then, that's not what you wanted?
no, back then that's what I want to do.
Right. So you're wired that way.
I'm wired that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And it's
am
just
too.
one person all the time. One
Right.
person all the time. Not like multiple guys. Like,
Right.
because you're not there one
Right.
day and I want to have sex
Right.
every day.
Right.
I'm going to find another guy to have sex with tomorrow because
Right.
you're not there.
Right.
Like, no, I want to. And like, maybe that gets old for some people, but like, are we all just trying to like, yeah, just.
I'm even still, when I hook up with girls, for the most part, it's only one girl at a time, usually.
Yeah.
Like if I have a friends with benefits, you know, typically it's a girl I really enjoy having sex with, and I'm satisfied with that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't need the novelty
So
of
you don't want the
constantly changing.
relationship part of it where you're like, oh, I got to check in with her, blah, blah, blah. But like you would still, like, I would even be like, okay, look, can you tell me that we only have sex with each other? Yes.
I've done that. I've done that.
Can you, and like, we don't.
I've also had little things where it was like, she was probably still going to fuck other dudes and I was still going to fuck other women. But with anytime I was with any one of them, if that ever happened, we was always using protection.
Yeah.
Right. And then if we were together, it'd be the other way around. Right. Mm-hmm. So I've had those type of situations.
A rotation.
Yeah. Right now I got a rotation.
You have a rotation?
Right now.
You do?
Yeah.
See, I'm not a rotation.
I've never really, but you got to understand though, I'm adapting.
Okay,
so
adapt.
I'm wired for monogamy.
How do you like it though? How do you like it?
Right now it's comfortable because the 3 girls I got in rotation are busy and they're cool and they're down.
Yeah.
You know, one of them's almost 2 down. It was almost like, what's wrong with you?
2 down, like, what do you mean?
Like, she just only wants sex. She's not even trying to talk about, like, hey.
So she'll call you, like, she's like a booty call. Like, she'll call you at, like, midnight and be like, hey, what are you doing? Like, let's hook up.
Kind of. Like, we'll hit each other up, like, a little, you know. Sometimes I'll even hit her up.
I had one of those.
We should have more of those. Those are great.
But see, I'm one at a time.
Well, yeah. So right now, I kind of got this rotation going, but it's not. Listen, for me, honestly, my happy place, one girl.
Yeah.
Love her. Mm-hmm. And she's my best friend. Mm-hmm. Love hanging out with her. Love vacationing with her. Love fucking her, and she likes fucking other women too. That's the perfect girl for me. That is the bisexual girl that also wants to bring home other girls. That is my
dream.
No, sweet spot.
Okay.
Not dream. I've had those. I've dated girls like that.
Yeah.
You know, perfect. That's perfect. I like bisexual girls because then I don't have to because like if a hot girl walks by us and I'm staring at her ass, she's also staring at the same ass.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like there's no like, what are you looking at?
Yeah.
It's more like, can we get her?
Yeah.
And that's hot.
Yeah.
You know, but that doesn't have to be it. So to me, it's like the girl doesn't have to be bisexual.
She just doesn't need to be jealous.
My sweet spot is just one girl that I dig. Yeah.
Well, jealousy is such a thing, like, you know, it's such a hard thing because I feel like everybody has, you know, a piece of them that gets jealous and, you know, or just like being insecure, you know, and it's like, and I think that if there's more compassion around that jealousy and insecurity where people can make other people feel more safe in relationships, then I feel like, yeah, you know, you can
explore.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, though. Like if you actually trusted each other.
Yeah.
100%. Like if you were in a, like, and that's what I try to do. So like, you know, like with my ex-girlfriends that were bi, I always made sure, whether it's through affirmations of like telling them what I need to tell them to make them feel secure about this, but even in the bedroom. So like if we have that other girl in the bedroom with us, I still put more of my focus on my girl.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everything around that, it revolves around, you know, my pleasure too, but about her feeling like she's the top queen in this whole thing.
So that she doesn't.
And that this other girl is just there as an accessory and it's just fun. And when it's over, she got to go.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah. And I think, you know.
And I think that's what you're saying. Like if you just, if you have this trust with someone.
And I'm sure there are times where guys, might really feel for the other person, you know, and the other person can feel that, you know, as far as energy is concerned, like maybe this guy is like really into this girl, you know, like, and not being that aware of the sensitivity. I don't know. Like, I think it's such a touchy, you know, thing. To bring
sharing other people.
Partners.
I think it all depends on the person.
Yeah.
My last girlfriend, she was down.
Yeah.
Almost to the point where I was like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
She literally was like just one of those girls where it was like, I would just show her a picture of a girl. I'm like, hey, I'm kind of like talking to this girl that we might. And she'd look at her and be like, oh, yeah, she's hot. Get her over here.
And then you guys would just have like a threesome and then.
Yeah.
And.
We would go out with the girl first.
And then you never talk to her again or?
No. Sometimes it would be a repeat, but not often.
Yeah.
Not often. You know, it all depends. Because like some girls, like we could tell, like they're too clingy. They like us too much.
Yeah.
And they're gonna pry in between us. And then I would just have to tell that girl, I'm like, we're good for now. We're good.
Yeah.
You know. But then there was this other girl that we met that was just so cool.
Yeah.
And so down.
Yeah.
And she was really into threesomes with couples. And she literally at the top told us, this is about you guys.
Yeah.
This is not about me. Like she was like one of those. She was like, I don't want a relationship with you guys. I just think you guys are hot and this is fun and we should do it again.
Yeah.
With that girl, I kind of felt safe.
Yeah.
Like with that girl, I almost felt like that's the type of girl where if I'm on the road for too long, I can call her up and be like, do me a favor, eat my girlfriend's pussy out for me. You know what I mean?
Yes. That's funny. I mean, and I think that like, yeah, even like being a comedian and being on the road, like in your, you know, I just like, you know, how can you be, you know, in a relationship and like, yeah, be worried about them cheating on you or whatever when you're like, you know, apart for a long time. Like you need, like if you're going to be in a relationship, there has to be a lot of trust involved with your profession and, you know, like
there's a lot. I think trust is everything. Like even on your podcast, you asked me, I just boiled down to trust, everything. Yeah. Like what do you look for in a person? I'm like, trust. That's,
yeah.
I mean, sure, the physicality and all that stuff, that got me there.
Yeah.
Now when I'm there,
yeah,
and I already kind of like your personality or whatever, now it all fucking boils down to trust.
Trust.
Are you somebody that I can
Loyalty,
trust? You know,
yeah.
Can you trust yourself? That's
yeah.
another thing.
Yeah.
You know, like some people will just, they'll like not be good to themselves on top of it. And it's just like, how can I even...
And it goes back to loving yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like when you can love yourself and if you know yourself and if you know your boundaries and you know your limits and you know what makes you happy and you know what fulfills you, it's like then when you bring others into your life, it's more fulfilling for everyone involved. And like you can grow and then they can grow and you can experience different things as long as you know like who you are and what... And then you learn as you go too. Like you learn what your boundaries are. You learn what, you know, works for you and doesn't work. And you know what I'm saying? So I think that's so important as far as relationships is concerned, is to know who you are and your boundaries and love yourself.
Yeah. But that way you can match that with knowing that the person that you're with is actually worth it or not.
Right.
Or jives with you or not. And you won't lie to yourself.
And I don't even know if people really know what it means to love themselves. You know, I'm like, that's why I think
working out is everything.
Yeah.
That's why I love the gym, because the gym is that 1 hour to hour and a half where I can actually devote time to myself.
Yeah.
And I think psychologically, there's a big boost psychologically. Like you feel good
it's
about
your
it
endorphins.
afterwards.
It's your endorphins. And then once you get your endorphins raised and you're like feeling so good, your day is just different.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you this, okay? How often do you get hit in public?
Hit on?
Yeah.
Would you say it's a lot less these days as time goes on?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think I get hit on. I mean, even when people talk to me, like, I don't think they're really hitting on me. So I have like weird.
So if guys are talking to you in public, you don't think they're hitting on you?
No.
So like in your head, you're like, this is not happening.
No, I'm like, oh, they just wanted to know
where North is.
Yeah.
Hey, you know where North is? And you're like, that way. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what else to say to her. Okay, thanks. Yeah. What I really want to say is like, you want to fuck, but I can't do that.
Yeah, I never really think people are hitting on me.
Have you ever, do you remember a good hit? Do you remember a good, like a very smooth way that some guy ever hit on you?
No.
No? You don't remember like a good, okay. So most guys you meet are online?
No.
Most guys you meet are in public, right? Or maybe at a party or a friend of a friend or...
I mean, the thing is, and I swear I have jokes about this, but like, yeah, guys, they tell me like I look like trouble. I'm like, the fuck does that mean? What does that mean? Honestly, I'll ask you. What does it mean? Because I'm like, do I look like a whore?
No.
Or like, do I look like I can kill your children?
No, I think that when a guy says you look like trouble, what I think he means, because
Have you ever said that to anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, finally I found somebody.
Yeah, but I don't do that no more. I was just young, and I was using that.
What did you mean?
I was using that in a way to be like, I hope you're trouble.
What, trouble in what way?
Meaning that you are down to fuck and you are like troubled to the point where it's like we
can get dirty with
crazy
each other.
sex, and this. We don't necessarily mean like you look like trouble. It's like it's like you're hot and you look dirty.
Yeah.
And you look like, not dirty as in like you don't take a shower.
Right.
Dirty as in like, you like some dirty, you
right.
know. So that's I think that's what it means. You look like trouble.
Yeah.
Which is a dumb fucking pickup line.
So stupid.
It's so stupid and it's overused.
And it's like,
you look like trouble. It's just like,
and the one guy
just
was
ask
like,
what you really want to ask. Like, do you like gagging on dicks?
One guy was like, "Oh, it means fun," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
That too.
Fun.
Fun.
I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you want to take fun home to your mother.
I'll take fun home to my mom.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I mean, a fun girl? What do you mean?
Like, yeah, someone who's just fun. Like, it's not. It goes back to just like wanting to have sex with them.
No,
I just feel
I
like
wouldn't.
a lot
I
of
wouldn't.
guys. I mean, and I don't know. Does this sound like an ego? Like maybe this sounds fucked up, but like I just feel like guys, all they want is sex, and it's
true. No, but
so
it is true.
Every time I get a pickup line, or anytime I think, and I don't think they're like hitting on me to like, but maybe that's. Why? Yeah, they're just like, oh, but some guys are just nice and they're just like, oh, cool.
So, listen.
I mean, I go to Gold's Gym in Venice. And like that's like, but there's like the mega, what do they call it? So there's a lot of dudes there, right? And I feel like, yeah, they don't. I don't know. I'm not even sure if I'm that approachable. I don't know.
I would think that, yeah, probably people would feel like it would be harder to approach you.
I don't know why, though.
Well, I think guys are very intimidated by a very attractive woman. Like, if a woman's hot, most men are going to just assume that she knows how hot she is.
And that's what's funny about the whole thing.
And that if he was to talk to her, she'd be like, I would fuck you.
And I'm sure that's happened to like so many guys, and or like once.
The thing is, you just got to take your shot.
Yeah.
Well,
and it comes from like high school too. I'm sure like, oh, the girl, the whatever, they put those whatever things on, and yeah, like boys like trying to date the girls that are pretty, and they're like nervous or intimidated, and they don't so yeah, I still think that happens, but most girls, hot chicks, or like girls that are really pretty, they don't look at themselves that way.
You think so? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think most girls,
like, I'm never like, oh my god, I'm so pretty. Like, I'm just
but
gorgeous.
but if a frumpy fat guy like walked up to you and be like, hey baby, what's popping?
I'll be like, well, your stomach.
Is that what you're gonna say to him?
If he was like a big fat.
So now you know why. So now you know why they don't talk to you. You see what I'm saying? You're just not gonna walk. Like, I don't know. To me, it's like,
it's very intimidating to walk up. But to you, what?
It's intimidating to what?
No, it's like, I think it's, it takes a lot of courage for men to walk up to girls that they find attractive, especially if they see a lot of pretty girls. Even when people used to like look at me or stare at me, I used to be like, what the fuck are you guys looking at?
They're
like,
looking at you.
Right. And it took me a long time to be like, Joe, stop. Like they're looking at you. Like, you're pretty.
You're
like,
pretty.
Yeah, you're cute. You're pretty. You have good energy. There's light around you. Right. Like, why are you like, what the fuck?
I don't think it's the light. I think they're like, look at that ass.
Look at those tits.
Look at them titties. Bruh. What are her macros? What?
But like, I'm like, oh, I'm a glowing angel. You're
Yeah.
like, no, look at those.
Yeah,
boobs.
exactly. He sees a glow around me. He's like, bitch, I just see them titties.
But honestly, though, like I used to,
What them nipples look like?
when people would look at me, I used to be like, what the fuck are you looking at? Like, why are you like stop?
Yeah.
I'd be defensive.
Whereas what you needed to do was look at the guy looking at you. Is the guy attractive to you? Smile.
Yeah, and not be like,
Smile.
yeah,
When a girl looks back at me more than once, I'm talking to her.
yeah,
If I find her cute,
yeah,
I make a beeline to her and just start
Yeah.
talking to her.
yeah.
You know?
And then you know,
I can
and
gauge.
I think so.
I can typically gauge if a girl likes me or not.
And I think at this,
when
yeah,
I'm
you
talking to
can.
her.
I mean, they give you like an opening, or some girls are like
Girls-
very polite and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend or whatever.
There's
right?
that. There's that. There's also the other telltale signs. One for sure is like a sure thing is this
Oh, the hair.
playing with the hair.
Oh, but I play with my hair all the time.
Yeah, no, but it's different.
Wait, but is that a flirting thing?
No.
Because some other guy told me that same shit.
Well, it's a thing. It's a guys will do this. Guys will do this sometimes.
me.
They'll scratch their wrist.
Oh, like where
You
they're
won't
watching.
they won't even know. It's a subconscious thing. You don't even know that you're doing it.
Wait, but with like a shirt on or with,
Or done that. Just anything type of scratching, any type of like you'll see it.
or like on the head or?
Maybe the head, no, but typically it's like the wrist thing.
Wrist,
Like
okay.
it goes back to our, I guess it goes back to
Body
our
language.
our old primate ways of like, how monkeys, to show affection to each other, they would clean each other's.
Yeah.
They would go like pick through their skin to make sure that they don't have any like ticks or whatever like that.
Yeah.
That was like the sign.
Oh.
It was the signs like, would you take care of me? You know what I mean? So guys would do that. Girls would do this. What's another telltale sign? Oh, another telltale sign is if you're in a group.
What does telltale even mean?
Telltale?
Telltale. Telltale?
A telltale sign.
Telltale. Telltale.
Telltale sign means something that's a dead giveaway.
Telltale.
Telltale. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
so a dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway.
A dead giveaway. Another dead giveaway would
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
and I'm sure this works with guys too
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to girls. If you're in a group setting, okay, so you're in a group setting and everyone's all talking together,
Yeah.
right? And we're sharing laughs, right? When the laughter hits, if that person is laughing and then looking at you while they're laughing, that's also a subconscious thing of like, that person likes you. It's another thing. Or if a girl laughs at almost everything I say, then I know she's like, oh, okay, she kind of likes me.
See, I think I give that vibe. I think guys think I like them when I'm just like kind of, being myself.
That or just some guys are still gonna take a chance. I gotta respect those guys too.
Yeah.
Where they don't even see the signs. They're like,
yeah, I'm gonna.
what's
take
your
my
number?
chance. Yeah.
You like pancakes?
Oh my god! At that bar,
I got no good pancake place.
I was.
My mother's house.
She makes banana pancakes.
Yeah. I take it to my mother's house. They meet you special.
I make the best banana pancakes, by the way.
Okay.
But remember that bar I was at that I was telling you about?
Mm-hmm.
And I went by myself to go check out the venue, right? Because I want to do a show there, the comedy, the Burlesco.
The Burlesco, which I think is an amazing idea.
Yeah, I think I'm going to definitely do it.
You're gonna do that? The whole $2,000 thing?
I think so.
You're out of your fucking
I think
mind.
the bar is going to be able to cover it. Like, I think I could get enough people there. But, so...
You like me. She likes me. More than once. More than. Hi. Do you like the glow? I'm glowing. I'm glowing. Glowing.
So the place. Wait, what was I talking about? What was I saying?
The bar, the Burlesco.
Right.
You were there the other night.
Oh, right. I went by myself to go check out the venue, and there was like a lot of guys there. And like, I used to be so afraid to go out by myself. Like, I would never go out by myself. But like, after living in Chicago and then doing stand-up comedy, and like, as comedians, you just go out by yourself all the time because there's like comedy going on every night. You could do an open mic, you could go to a show.
This is where?
here, right? So you could just like go out whenever, but I never really wanted to go out by myself. Like I was always kind of nervous to go out, but I went to this venue because I wanted to do a show there, and there were so many guys there, and I got hit on like so much. Like, and I was like, okay, I'm getting hit on. But because this one guy came up to me, like sat down next to me, he's like, can I get your number? And I was like, oh, because I don't like drunk guys. To me, like it's like the biggest turn off. It's like the biggest turn off.
I'm the same way with drunk girls. Girls that are too drunk, I can't do it.
Yeah, like they're like the like.
I can't do it.
I can't do it either.
Like if they're sloppy drunk, I can't.
It's like so annoying. It's like so annoying, right? Or I don't know. It's just like
it's annoying.
I can't.
It's annoying. No, it's unattractive.
And guys are like, get it.
Fuck
like,
that.
And
No.
you're like,
You're already showing me you have no control.
Yeah.
There's no, that guy has no control. He's gonna blow his load before he takes his pants off.
And I dated this one guy in Chicago. He was like a pretty big like attorney. And yeah, I think he was like an alcoholic because he was like falling out of cabs and shit like that. And like I didn't know.
Falling out of cabs?
Yeah, like just like
he's falling out of cabs more than once? What does that mean, falling out of cabs?
Like he would get like an Uber or a cab and he would just like fall out of like he would just fall out all the time. He would just like fall out.
The door would open and he would just roll out?
Yeah. And because he couldn't function, right? He had no control. And then so I went on like, and this lasted like 3 months, but like we went to stay at his friend's house in Malibu, right? And I was living in Chicago at the time. So, and he got so wasted. And then and so I think he was trying not to drink one day, and he was like, "Oh, you want to take a walk with me on the beach?" And I wasn't going to go, but then I went. He had a seizure. He had like a seizure on the beach.
What?
Yeah. And then and in Malibu, there's like these cliffs and this and that. And he's like foaming at the mouth, and I didn't know what to do. And he had a phone.
You were like, he's dying, but at least it's beautiful out.
And then the firemen came or whoever, like I had to call 911. And then somehow.
But you said this guy was in Chicago?
Yeah, I lived in Chicago at the time.
But then you were here.
Well, we were here on vacation. Yeah,
okay.
so we vacationed together.
So he was sitting there on the beach convulsing and having a seizure.
Yep. And then so the paramedics came or whatever, and they were like, "Oh, does he is he on any medications?" And I was like, "I don't know." They're like, "Do you know his this?" I was like, "I don't know." They're like, "What's his date of birth?" I'm like, "I don't know." They're like, Do you fucking know this guy?"
Did he die?
No. Oh. But then the paramedics like brought me back to the house to make sure I wasn't just some like whore walking on the beach like trying to like steal all this guy's money or whatever.
Right.
So then he was in the hospital, and I thought it was because of alcohol withdrawal. Anyway, alcohol is like really bad for you. And then the next day I like set up this golf thing for him because like, I knew people here, and then he got wasted again. And I was like, dude, you were just in the fucking hospital last night. Like why? And then, so I
That's a red flag.
Red fucking flag. Are you serious? And then I went to bed and I like slept in a different room because now he's drunk and he's like all pissed off. Well, you don't like it here. I'm like, you don't like it here. You don't like this beauty. I'm like, what the no, I don't. Because you're a fucking asshole. Like, you don't think I can see this fucking view? Like, what? I don't care. Like, I don't care about this stupid house or Malibu or whatever. Like, I just wanted him to be normal. So I was like, I'm just going to go into another room and sleep. I wake up the next day. I go into the room to like check on him, right? Because he was an alcoholic, drunk, stumbling around, just in the hospital, had a seizure. I'm traumatized by this whole experience. And I look in the morning and there's blood all over the bed. Blood. Like fucking.
You had a period?
No. I wasn't in the room.
Your water broke?
I wasn't in the room.
His water broke?
So I was like,
He's
dude.
trans. He's trans.
I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like looking for a horse head. I thought it was like an it was like and I'm like, I'm from Jersey. I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm like, there's this attorney, high class attorney, like bleeding out in a Malibu
What happened?
house.
So what
I was
happened?
Like, fuck this
Why
shit.
is he bleeding?
Well, so, and then I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? What happened? And he was like, what? And I was like, the bed. I was like, there's blood all over the bed. Like, what is going on? And he looked down and he was like, oh, for a minute, I thought I got my first period, and like rolled over and went back to bed. But he must have fell down the steps and cut his Achilles. And because he had like a slice in his like Achilles.
And he just went to sleep.
Back to fucking sleep.
Joann, you really know how to pick them. You really know how to pick them,
like,
man.
I'm fucking done. I call my sister.
You are trouble. You find trouble.
I called my sister. I was like, what the hell do I? She's like, get the fuck out of there. Don't you go back. She's like, change your flight. Get the fuck out of there. Whatever. So I was like freaking out because then I was like, I drove down the center. I was like, I'm leaving. And I was like, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to be here anymore. And he was like, oh, you're going to ruin everything? I'm going to ruin everything? I was like, shit is ruined, bro. Shit is fucking ruined. Sorry, I know I'm yelling. You're like this.
That's why I need to get you headphones. Go ahead.
But I'm like, shit is fucking ruined already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Some people just are some people are just oblivious.
But you know what? I think I maybe saved his life because when we were driving down, I was like driving down the center on the PCH. There was so much traffic and I did not want to miss his flight. I had to go back home and get the hell out of there because I changed my flight. And then he was like, well, I'm not going to stay here if you're not going to be here. I was like, okay. So I had to, with him in the car, rental car, drive to the airport. Then there's traffic, right? So I'm like, fuck this. I would rather spend a night in jail than another night in Malibu with this dude. Like, and I just drove down the center, made it to the flight, and he was like, the whole time, you ruined. I was like, you fucking ruined it, dude. You ruined it. I was like, you're a fucking alcoholic, and you need to fucking get yourself together. I was like, you were in the hospital, had a seizure. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was like, get it together.
I cut those people out quick.
Yeah, no, I did. I
cut those people out quick now. When you're younger, it's really hard. You kind of like sit around and wait, and hopefully they'll catch on. But now I'm at that age when I start seeing that type of stuff. You know, like with my ex-girlfriend, she started like, one time we went out drinking, she blacked out and it became this terrible person. Yeah. And then it was like, what the fuck? And then it happened again. Then it happened again. I was just like, oh no, I'm not sticking around for this. No. You know, and then she was like, oh, I'm going to get help. And then she went and got therapist for 2 weeks and then canceled the therapy. And I was just like, okay, no, I'm not. I don't mind you drinking, but if you can't control that shit, I can't trust you.
Well, and I think, for him, I don't think anybody's ever really talked to him that way or like called him out on his shit. So I think even after that, things maybe might have turned around for him because I think he had another seizure again or something. So, it was like a problem. Yeah. And that was traumatizing though. For me, it was very traumatizing. And
have you had any good relationships?
Yeah, I was married, I got, and that was
married.
Well, he was very nice. I mean, he didn't have my back in a lot of different ways, but that's a different story. Yeah. I think when you're in a relationship and you lose that trust or that, when you're in a partnership, like if we're married, like even if you think maybe something is fucked up that I did or whatever, you're going to have my back in front of like people, right? Or like, and then maybe later on be like, Joe, you know what? I don't know. Like that wasn't too, maybe you could look at it this way or look at it that way and take some responsibility. And I'd be like, oh, okay. But like, you're going to have my back in a circumstance where, you need to, especially in public, I think.
That's everything.
Yeah.
What would you before we leave, what would you give the best dating advice for men from a woman? What would you say the best dating advice to give a woman right now from a woman to a man with your experience? With your experience dating men, if it's a few things that you can impart to men about like, what would be the best advice? Like, best way to hit on a girl, or I don't know. What would you say?
I mean, I don't even know. I think just be yourself. Like don't try to impress, I always think laughter, if somebody can make me laugh, I feel like that is half the battle. But also, you have to be attracted to the person too.
So be funny.
I think being funny, I don't know, because like, okay, so when I did that bodybuilding competition, you know, I was like really focused on like bodybuilding. And then so I met this guy at the gym, and I don't know, a lot of girls are going up to guys now too. A lot of girls are just approaching men, because I know that that's what I do, and I think that gives them an opening. But
You approach men?
well, not like I want to like sleep with them or anything, but yeah, I talk to like I approach men like all the time. I'm like, oh, what happened? So this guy that I would say, this Persian surgeon,
The Persian surgeon. Yeah.
so he had like his arm in his leg. I was like, oh, what happened to your arm? And then we got into a conversation, and then you're like, oh, and then
Well, yeah, girls start conversations like that with me too.
Yeah.
You know, and
I
I,
mean,
love that.
I think
I love
it's-
when a girl does that, because it opens it up and makes it easier
for you
me.
guys, yeah. And I think it's a chemistry thing too, you know, if we're feeling like that chemistry between us, even though do guys always like with hot chicks or like with anybody, but like, do they feel, does your dick get hard no matter what? Like, as far
What do you mean?
like, you know, do you feel chemistry, or do you feel like in like that pheromones between people,
Yeah.
or like anything like that, where
I
it's
do.
like it elevates it to like where you're like on like ecstasy? Have you
Yeah.
ever taken ecstasy?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like I don't know, without the ecstasy part, but like you're
No. I know what you mean. Yeah, where you like really feel good around this person.
Yeah.
You can just feel the chemistry's there. You guys click. You know, just the conversation flows like water.
So do you think you know that straight off the bat?
Do I know what straight off the bat?
Like, can you feel that right away, or do you think that takes time to grow? Like, because there's a difference between love
it all
and
depends.
lust.
It all
right?
depends on the person that you're talking to.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll talk to somebody and they're reserved,
Yeah.
and they are playing games with themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're in their head about, I don't want him to know too much. I
Yeah.
don't want to, whatever. So if they're in their head,
Yeah.
and they're like, so they'll hijack my senses. So then now I just don't really know. But then sometimes I can kind of sense, I'm like, maybe I should see this girl again, because if she relaxes, then I can really see the real her.
Yeah.
Because but for the most part, usually I can tell when I like talk to a girl
Mm-hmm.
or like be around her a little bit. I can just tell her, like, sometimes I can just tell right away, man. You're
Yeah.
right. Sometimes you just talk to someone and like you guys hit it off so well.
Yeah.
You know, making each other laugh and just enjoying each other's conversation, and you guys both find each other attractive, and they're just like, oh, okay, this
Yeah.
is
And you're like, this shit is on.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's been girls that I've dated where I was just like 5 minutes into it, I'm like, I'm gonna fuck the shit out of this girl,
Yeah.
man. You know, I'm gonna make
the
her my
chemistry.
girlfriend. It
Yeah,
is.
the chemistry is just so yeah, I guess, you know, I think that you know right away if there's chemistry, if she's feeling it, right?
I like the
B,
fact that you said that you actually like hit on guys or like open up conversations. That's not many women do that.
yeah, I do all the time.
Most
But-
women do the smiling and then the smiling, and hopefully you get the suggestion.
Yeah, well, because we're all afraid of rejection.
We all are. Men are very
Men are too,
much.
yeah.
Fuck
We
yeah,
all
we
are, yeah. And so it takes a lot of courage to approach someone you don't know.
I think the best way to approach a girl is to just not talk about anything about what you like about her. Really.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like
Like if you tell a girl, "Oh, you're so pretty," then they
Like-
kind of pull back.
I just think it changes the dynamic. I think that it's kind of like when a guy buys a girl he doesn't know a drink.
Yeah.
I'm like, that is the saddest thing you can fucking do.
Why?
Because I have a friend of mine.
A
You
lot
know,
of East Coast people do that.
I think it's stupid.
Why?
I think it's the dumbest thing to do. Men, stop
Waste
doing
of
that.
money?
Listen, here's the thing, okay?
Maybe they're just being gentlemen.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
No, they're not being gentlemen. They're being pussies.
Oh.
Okay? So, for example, a guy who will look at you and find you beautiful, right? And then walk up to you and be like, hey, I found you very attractive. Can I buy you a drink? Okay? You can't tell me that you're going to be interested in what type of man this is, because now this guy walked up to you and said, you're so beautiful. Now I'm a vending machine for drinks.
But if she likes him, there's chemistry, then the guy,
No, this is different. I'm talking about
the
opening
random.
Opening line, let me buy you a drink.
Okay.
I think that is dumb. That's dumb. I have a friend of mine I remember he would do that.
Yeah.
He would be like, hey, can I buy you a drink? And then I remember the last time he did it, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, what, bro? I want to buy her a drink. I'm like, dude, she's not going to want to talk to you after this. She's going to get that drink. She's going to bounce. I go, you should at least talk to her, see if there's some chemistry, see if you guys get along. And then if you start liking her company and she actually wants to be in your company, then you buy her a drink.
Yeah.
I think guys that go straight to let me buy you a drink,
because
they're insecure.
Well, they don't have a pickup line.
No, but not only that, they don't have anything to offer.
Right.
So what you're doing is you're showing this girl that you have nothing to offer other than drinks.
Maybe they're just being polite though too.
No, I think it's a pussy move.
Really?
And it doesn't translate to fucking hooking
Guys
up or
out
getting
here
that girl's number.
Guys don't. A lot more guys buy girls drinks
Out here
on the East
Coast. Mm-hmm. I mean, as a first thing, as a first approach.
Yeah. And then they don't even expect anything. Like even out here, if guys buy you drinks out here, they expect something in return.
I think every guy who's buying you drinks hoping to get something out of it. Maybe they play cool, like they, like whatever.
Well, maybe they're cooler on the East Coast.
Maybe they're cooler about it. Like why?
Or they'll walk away, or you don't ever see them again. They're just like, oh, you're beautiful. Here's a drink.
That's so stupid. I'm sorry, but that's just dumb. I just think men need to stop fucking doing that. It's so fucking dumb. Like I've had girls before. I would like see them at the bar, right? And I'd be like, hey, what's up? And like, hey, we talk for a second. She's like, are you going to buy me a drink? And I'd be like, no. Because that's all they wanted from me.
Why though? Like
because
why?
some girls, it's a game to them. To them, they get off knowing that they can get guys to get them things. There's guys out there that are like that too. You know what I mean? That just want to get.
Is it more like they want to know they're going to be like taken care of, or are they just using guys?
They're using guys. There's girls that just use guys straight the fuck up. Like this girl that I'm talking about, this one that a while ago I remember like hitting out on the bar. She's just really hot. She looks like a girl that's trouble. Like when I looked at her, when I say a girl looks like trouble, I mean when I say a girl looks like trouble, I mean that is a girl you avoid.
Do I look like trouble?
Not after getting to know you, but when you first walked into the comedy club at the green room,
yeah,
I was like, oh no.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know because we're here in California and everybody's all very California and oh my god, hi, and I'm like used to being in Detroit and everything, and you come in, you're like, what's up? How you doing? Oh wow, drinking. We're doing a show today. What you up to? And then I started fucking with you, and you were like, fuck you. No, you don't look like trouble. You don't look like trouble off first glance. I think first glance, it's like you're very attractive. You know what I mean? So then it's just like, ooh, okay, what's up with that, right? But in terms of trouble, no, not at first glance. Not to me, especially when I got to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, this girl's fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know? But this girl is trouble. I'm talking about those. You've seen these girls.
Well, and that's the thing.
They're so hot, right? And they always do this. This is the date. This is the thing that I have to avoid. These are the girls that do trouble. You go on their Instagram page, and almost every picture is them doing this.
What is that?
This hand. They grab their hair, and then they that girls that do that in their picture, those are the fucking trouble. A lot of the times, they're not even grabbing anything. It's like, what are you, a puppeteer? You auditioning to be a puppeteer? What the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The picture they do.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Anytime I see a girl that does that, oh, it's always fucking trouble. She was sitting at the bar like that, like, just like whatever with her fat friend. She liked being with her fat friend because it made her look hotter, right?
Are we allowed to say fat anymore?
No, she's fat. Fat. So I walked up to the girl, I talked to her and everything, and you could just tell she had this entitlement. Like, you could tell in her body language, she was not interested in me. And she was just like, well, buy me a drink. You're going to buy me a drink, right? And you could tell that she was so hot that she normally gets fucking guys to be like, oh yeah, buy a drink. Can I do your plumbing? What can I do for you? I just want to be in your vicinity and sniff your pheromones. I'm not playing that game. I'm like, no. I'm just here to talk to you. And she's like, well, I don't want to talk. I'm like, good. I just saved myself $20. Go fuck yourself. The fuck this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is that. There's also girls out there that only want to get a meal. They don't even want the date. They only
that
want
disturbs
to
a
go,
lot of guys.
They only want to go out. But I'm very good at figuring that shit out. You know how I do that?
How?
Especially when I meet the girl online. Typically, those girls right away would be like, "Let's get dinner."
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll be like, "Hey, we should hang out sometime." They'll be, "Let's get dinner." You know what I do? I go, "How about we like meet in the middle of the day first for coffee?"
Yeah.
Because I want to get to know you. You know, because
And then how does that work?
for the girls that only want dinner, they ghost me. I just saved myself $200 and a fucking waste of time talking to a girl that only wanted a fucking dinner, right?
And you know what's funny?
And then other girls, they won't even say for dinner. Like a lot of girls, like I could tell when I talk to them online, I'd be like, you want to meet sometime tomorrow, maybe for coffee, like something outside, and they'd be like, sure. That girl wants to meet me.
Yeah.
She doesn't want the dinner or the fucking all the formalities and shit.
Honestly, though, like in my late 20s, early 30s, I was the same way. Like I was like, oh, let me
Get something out of this.
Yeah, dinner. Like you want to
Let
take
me get
me
something
out
out of my pussy. Let me see
now
my
I'll
pussy.
go to dinner, but now I'm like, that's so stupid. That is so stupid.
Yeah, but see,
like,
and that's the thing that kind of ruins
like, why
it.
would I go out with someone I didn't really like that much just for a meal? Like that just doesn't it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. It did after a while, like a little time. I was like, and girls do this all the time, and I don't even know if they're conscious of like how much time it wastes in their life
To do what?
to chase meals like that,
Yeah, but some girls they get off on that.
But that's what I'm saying.
They get off on the win. It's like a win for them.
That's what I mean. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, he took me
It's
to
an
this
ego
fancy
thing. It's an ego
restaurant.
thing,
It's
yeah.
but it's like, but it gets you nowhere. Is what I'm because I feel like
That's why I feel like the way I look at it.
and
is
I
like,
was like poor. I wasn't like poor.
let me tell you something. I got game. Okay, I don't spend that much money on women.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't buy women jewelry or anything like that, except for like I'm dating a girl. Like if I'm like really in love with her, that's a different story.
I mean, and there's kindness.
That's a different story.
But some guys are just kind to, if they have money to spend.
Sure, there is that, but some of that comes from a level of insecurity.
Yeah.
I think so. Or some people, guys, actually, I'll take that back. Typically, it comes from a place of insecurity, and then they try to trump that insecurity with money, right? But don't get me wrong. I think there are people out there that like the girl who gets off on getting dinners.
Yeah.
There's a guy who gets off on taking care of women.
Right.
There's a
Or
guy
the
that
sugar-
just
you know
they
how
love
many-
being the sugar daddy.
I get messages on Instagram all the time.
Why aren't you fucking cashing
Be
in
like,
on that?
sugar daddy, can you
Cash in on that shit, girl. You never had a sugar daddy?
No.
Never once? Mm-mm. Wow. Propositioned, I bet, right? You've been propositioned?
Yeah.
But you never went through with them?
No.
Because why? You didn't like the guys? You didn't find them attractive? Were they old, greasy?
Yeah, I mean, some of them were older, some of them, and I just didn't feel like that was. It made me didn't feel right to me.
It felt dirty to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because you have morals.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
No. No.
I wish I married somebody rich.
I think
I'm like, what the fuck? Why aren't you supposed to marry? Why did I marry for love and not money?
I don't think there's anything wrong with a sugar baby and a sugar daddy relationship. I don't
either.
I think a sugar baby needs to find a sugar daddy who wants to be the sugar daddy. People have those personalities, right? I'm not that personality. If a girl goes, I want you to be my sugar daddy, I'm instantly like turned off by her because then I'm just like, you're not even into me.
No, you just want me to take care of you.
You want me to take care of you and pay your rent and shit for what? Just so I can fuck you every once in a while? It's way cheaper to get a prostitute.
But like what? And I don't even know like what is in return. Like this one guy on Instagram, he was like wanting me to send him like feet pictures and videos. And he would pay me to send feet.
They're just feet.
But I don't know. It was like, I was just like so annoyed by it. I was like, why do you want to?
It's funny. My ex-girlfriend said the same thing.
I was like, shut, like,
and she
leave
got
me alone.
ugly ass feet too.
See, I have cute feet, but but yeah, I think it's more of a control.
That's
thing
why, like, my
too.
ex-girlfriend was even honest with herself. She was like, "These guys are trying to ask me for pictures of my feet. My feet are ugly. So what do they really want?
Yeah, seriously.
And what the fuck do they really?"
And then
want?
I was like, "Oh, let me try on OnlyFans. I'll put my feet on OnlyFans."
Did you do it?
Yeah, so I tried that for like 3 months, right? Just all feet. It was like Greek feet, and then I was getting messages like, "Can you send me pictures of your pussy because of blah blah?" And I'm like, what if I just took a screenshot of someone
That's
else's
what you
vagina?
should do.
I should.
This fucking girl, bro.
But then I have to engage with these weirdos, and that's
But
why
they pay
even
you.
the feet thing. But I don't. I just did
This
it.
is not your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all wired differently,
I
man.
know. Well, and I could do it, but I just feel badly about it.
Yeah. So it doesn't work for you.
It doesn't, and I try. I'm like, God, it's such an easy way to make. Like, I got the OnlyFans, and I was like, oh, I hate this.
Sylvia Sage, do you know who that is?
No.
She's a comedian and a porn star. She's like really, really like she's like a big porn star.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, yeah, she makes a lot of fucking money, this girl, okay? She's fucking hilarious. Like, we were doing a show at the Comedy Chateau on Friday, and she was closing it out, so I already got off stage, and then she just came in, and she was like, "Oh my God, I'm fucking late. How late am I? When did the show start?" And I was like, "This place always runs late." I go, they just started the show. And she's like, "Thank God, I just got off set. I still got cum in my ass." But I was sitting down talking to her. She was talking about, like, we were talking about how OnlyFans is getting shut down, right? They're shutting down certain parts of it, and this, that, and the other thing. And she's like, fuck, she was making $40,000 to $50,000 a month
On OnlyFans.
just on OnlyFans, on top of the thousands of dollars she does to do porn.
So people were just paying for her to do
Exclusive, like,
Yeah.
fucking content, whatever it was. Show me your pussy, shove a furniture up your ass. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I'm not down with that.
No, I'm not down with that either. But I'm just saying, like, it works for other people.
It really does, and they can make so much money.
I think in the end, it's all about finding someone who's just as fucking wacky as you are. Just wired the same wackiness as you are, and that you are down.
And there's someone for everyone.
The thing that pisses me off, man, like my last girlfriend, we were wired so well, like, especially with sex and
Was she younger?
Yeah, but I mean, she was 30,
Well, I think like
I'm 45, I was 44 at the time.
So I feel like girls in like 30. I mean, at least for me, I just like you want to find someone and settle down.
Yeah, we were kind of working towards that, but she was like a freak, man. It was fun. It was fun. She let the cook and all that. It was just fucking. There was so many things that like worked out. But like I told you in your podcast, it was the trust thing.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
It's like everything was locked into place, and then there's this one thing. It was just, I'm like, God damn it, man.
Yeah.
It's like hard. That's why I'm like, I'm back on my shit where I'm just like, yo, man, I'm gonna juggle these Russian girls, bro. Russian girls like me, man.
They do?
The lot. Russian women, I think there's something about Russian women. A lot of Russian women live in Dubai. So they're used to being around Middle Eastern men.
Yeah.
So then they see me and then they're just like, ooh.
They're like, Habibi, come
Habibi,
here.
you're gonna throw that oil money my way? And I'm like, no.
I love that.
Well, let's close this up. Can you believe we did 2 hours and 15 minutes?
No way.
So what I'm saying, like, if you're really locked into it, this shit flies,
It
man.
really does.
I was trying to stop it at 1 hour, 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
But then we just started getting into other fucking shit, man. And it's just like, next thing I look down, I'm like, another half hour? I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
we have
We what?
good conversations.
Good conversations. Yeah, it was fun doing your podcast too.
Yeah.
That was fun.
We vibe good together.
Guys, you see her there. She's Socrates Joann. Follow her on Instagram. She's got a podcast that she does there on live, IG Live. I'm trying to get her to also do it on YouTube.
Kidnapping comedians to talk about love. Kidnapping
Yeah,
comedians.
use the microphone.
Kidnapping. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with this chick? Yeah.
Follow her. She also does stand up. I haven't seen her stand up yet, so
We were in a show together.
and I didn't watch it. I refused to. You okay? What happened?
You know when you're like, I have my
Yeah, you know when your titties are just too big for your bra? Yeah, I totally know, Joanne.
no, I have this metal wire coming out. It's like sticking out of my bra and poking me. That's
no.
You don't have that problem.
Yeah.
You know when the ladies, you
this
know,
gave me an opportunity just to keep looking at your titties.
ladies, you know when the underwire is like poking out of the bra and it's like it's like a metal. It's metal. It's like metal sticking.
It's metal.
It's
It's metal. Yeah, and that metal that sticks out, and it's metal. That's your accent. You know the metal under your metal? The metal one pokes on you, and it pokes you.
And it pokes on you, and it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. I don't like it. You know, like when the dick is too big. When that dick's too big.
It hurts.
You gotta break up with him, yeah.
But yeah, no, this was.
He's hitting my stomach. This is too much.
I gotta throw this bra away now, don't I? I can't fix this. Once the metal
do it
out,
now. Do it in front of everybody live.
Once the metal
take the bra off in front of everyone.
Once the metal come out. Once the metal comes out, you can't fix it.
Uh-oh. Oh, really?
What are you supposed to do? Sew it back in? Like what you have to throw
I don't
away?
know. I don't have bras, but it looks like, yeah, you would have to get rid of it. If you mean when it comes out of the fabric like that? Oh, yeah.
Look.
Yeah. I'm just looking at your cleavage.
No, it hurt.
Okay. I don't care.
Okay.
You were like, look at the metal. And then there's all this titty meat. And I'm just like, yeah, the metal. Sure. Metal.
There is.
Oh, my God. Show us again. Yeah, show us again.
No. It's over now, gains.
Yeah, fuck, guys. I almost had her, bro. I almost had her. All right. Well,
you're like, yeah, take your bra off. Take your bra off. That's
Yeah.
what you do it on this live.
get us banned.
More
Get us banned. Let's do it. This is a good podcast. It was fun.
It was fun.
I need to get more
Thanks for having me.
females on this podcast, man.
Yeah. Find them. I need more females on mine too. Kidnapping comedians. I think I'm gonna have one on Thursday.
Who?
Carolyn CC Carolyn. I don't know if you know her,
Carolyn
but
CC.
I don't know. You'll see her
Mm.
maybe on Thursday, and then I want to have Stacia too. So we'll see.
Oh, Stacia. She fucking kicked ass with those workouts, man.
Yeah, I know. She's awesome.
Holy shit, dude. She's like so fit, man.
Yeah.
And like she really started a business during the pandemic with those home workouts and shit.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I thought that's why I had to send her a message. I was like, yeah, your fucking
killing
hustle
it.
is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And not only that, she's hustling and actually changing people.
Yeah, I'm
Look
so
what she did
happy.
to Laura Bites.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm so happy for her.
Laura Bites looks amazing right now.
She does, yeah.
Like before the pandemic, she was fat and
And
pudgy. Now
changing
she's
their
hot.
Mindset. She's like helping them with their mindset too.
Well, that's everything.
It is everything.
I think that's the thing that when I see people that have like lost weight or like started like changing their health, I'm happy for them because not only did they change their body, they changed their mind. You rewired your brain.
Yeah.
Now you're a different person.
Well, and that's what happened with me with bodybuilding. Like doing that bodybuilding competition and entering it and getting and that was right after my sister passed away. And like it was like something for me to help me heal, find myself, discipline myself, not go out and get
Wasn't
trashed.
it also something to put your pain into?
Yeah.
Wasn't it like it's also like you could do this thing that's painful and then that it would like
Release.
supersede or like push down this pain. So because like I work out to to get over my pain in my life and stressors, because if I can put myself through a lot of pain myself, then no one's gonna fuck with me that day.
Right. Well, and it's like you are increasing those endorphins, right? And then you're pushing yourself. So when you're pushing yourself, you're also encouraging yourself. So your mind is telling you, yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Yeah, go to the gym, do more weight, do more this, right? So you're constantly encouraging yourself while you're working out, like 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, right? And that is so good for you to do, because then you'll start to do
it makes you
that.
stronger in your brain.
Well, you create that habit, right? Where you're like, okay, let me encourage myself in everything I do. I'm just going to encourage, even with stand-up comedy, you know, like you have to encourage yourself to like.
But not only that, the constant doing something different, it rewires your brain. Like they show it. Literally, the synapses change to adapt so you can start being that way more often.
Yeah.
So when I see people like losing weight, like Laura Bites, I'm like, yo, you leveled up.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
Because now your mind is also ripped.
And it's discipline. It's all like discipline.
And that's why I put up the picture of you working out. I'll put it up again, man. Like, and you holding this big ass fucking sword.
I
man.
want sword. I know most of the
They
girls.
gave you the sword?
Most of the girls like wanted tiaras, but I wanted to win that fucking sword. I have 3 of them.
You won 3 of them? Damn, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you did this competition for how many years?
I started, you know, it was probably like a 2-year journey, you know, like, cause I started in like 2016 and I won that sword, I think in 2018.
You look so badass with that sword too.
Oh my God. I loved it so much. I was like, I won this sword.
That sword's bigger than you practically.
And you know, it's like, it's all you rely on yourself with this body.
So you did it like 3 years in a row?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah. Cause I like took, it's like 6 months.
What's the key to getting that ripped?
Diet.
Like no carbs?
No, you have to eat carbs.
You still eat carbs?
Yeah.
But it's just the calories, keeping them down, right?
Yeah. And for me, like, I know a lot of people do intermittent fasting.
That helps for me.
Yeah. I don't do that. But for me, what helped me get there was like eating every 3 hours. And like just, you know, it was like, like 5 ounces of chicken. And then, you know, my half a cup of carbs and like a cup of green vegetables. Everything was calculated.
It sucked too, right?
And then everything was like, you know, egg whites and
that's what I'm doing right now.
Avocados and rice cakes and peanut butter. You know, it's like that was, I knew everything that was in my body.
Me too. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
I was fucking shredded. Like you get so shredded.
I'm trying to get lean, man. These last 10 pounds I'm fucking failing at though.
You are?
Yeah. My discipline fucking like falls off here and there.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, you're not going to compete, right? And
but it's not about that. It's about me. I just want those vanity pounds gone. You know, I just want to be able to like really see what I'm supposed to look like, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that was the thing. Like I wanted to see how far my body.
And you did this after your sister passed away?
Yeah.
So then that's what inspired you to do it? Were you working out before that?
I was training her. Like I lived with her for 3 months and then with her and her husband and kids, you know, when she was diagnosed. And then I was like cooking for her and like we were working out and I was like trying to keep her motivated. And so
that's beautiful.
Yeah. And then and she was in New Jersey and then I moved to Chicago just to be like closer so I could fly back and forth, you know, but then and then after she passed away, I moved back to California. And then, I just felt kind of like, what the fuck is my purpose here? Like, why am I still here? Like, why did that happen to my sister and not me? You know, like, why am I like, she's the one with kids and the husband and I'm like by myself, you know, I'm like, why? And then you start thinking that way, like, what the fuck am I doing here? And then that like going into, and like I was like going to therapy or not therapy, but I did see a therapist, which I think, you know, that works for some people. Meditation and breath work, like that really helped me get over, or not get over, but like heal from it. And then also comedy and then going to the gym. Like there was plenty of times I'm like crying on the Stairmaster. And then
oh wow.
Yeah, and then I think it's so good to cry though too.
It
I
is.
don't think enough people cry.
I don't think enough men cry.
I don't think enough men cry either. Like if I want to like start another nonprofit, what should we call it?
I'll hit you if you don't cry.
Cry or I'll fucking beat. Oh shit!
I'll beat the fuck out of you, cry, bro. That's what it is. I'll beat the fuck out of you, crybro.com.
But you know, when I used to do these breath work classes and it was like a room full of 30 people breathing for 40 minutes in and out.
Just giving each other COVID.
Yeah, this was before COVID. But you're like tripping because you're like, and like your body will freeze up like too, like because you're so much oxygen is going through your body. And then at the end, the guy, like there's music playing and he's like hitting a gong and you're screaming at the top of your lungs. And like you have this like release.
Yeah.
And it's fucking incredible.
Cathartic, I bet.
Oh my God, it's incredible. You're tripping. You're like on another fucking...
I heard about this, yeah.
It's so amazing. So I've been, I did that. I just like, and I traveled. Like I focused so much on myself and healing and that. So I never wanted to go pro in bodybuilding. Like I never wanted to be like a pro bodybuilder. Like that was never my goal. It was more like, Joe, it was like a self-inflicted quarantine, you know, like I stayed home. I focused on myself. I wasn't drinking alcohol. I wasn't like going out partying and, you know, meeting dudes or, you know, like I was just like really focused on my healing. And then I won. And then the discipline of that all too was really.
You won more than once.
Yeah. And then the discipline, it taught me so much discipline. And it taught me the power of like being consistent and the power of like prayers and journaling and, you know, just.
You really found
that inner voice.
You found avenues to better yourself and to calm yourself down and to make yourself harmonize with the world again.
Right.
That's great. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, because I love self-help. I'm really into taking care of myself because I know that it's not selfish. Because if I do take that time to take care of myself, now I have the energy and the relaxedness to take care of other people.
Right.
You know, if I can put my angst and problems into the weights and get into the sauna and relax. And sometimes if I really am stressed out, I'll open up a notepad that I have just for me to type and bitch out all my fucking anger and the psychotic stupid shit, get it out of my brain. And you know,
and you sleep better.
I deploy tactics to keep me sane, nice, being nice to people, communicable. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, if I don't do those things, like I just realized during the pandemic, I've been working out here at home. You see, I got my weights over here. So I've been like working out at home, right?
Yeah.
But the workouts I get here are nothing like I can get at the gym.
No.
So.
And the energy.
So just recently, I went back to the gym again 2 weeks ago.
How was it?
Oh my God, I feel like myself again.
Yeah.
Because just before 2 weeks ago, Joann, I was becoming a curmudgeon.
Yeah.
I was becoming like angry, yelling in traffic, and then I realized, dude, I need to go back to my old ways. I need to go back to my routines.
It keeps you balanced. It keeps you like steady.
You know what's funny?
It's energy. It's fucking energy.
Here's the thing. I've been doing it so consistently for so long.
Yeah.
And I knew that what I was doing was good for me. I didn't realize how good it was until last week when I went back to the gym again. Went back to the gym again, did the sauna, did the cold dip, hot dip, and then went out to go do the clubs, and I was on cloud 9.
Yeah.
All my problems were gone. Not only my problems were just gone, my brain worked in a way where it just, this is what I'll do about that problem.
Yeah.
And this is what I'll do about that problem.
Yeah.
And this is the next step I'm going to do. It just worked.
Yeah.
Everything worked.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. That's why when I see pictures of you with, you know, like being this fucking ripped and shit, that's amazing. That's like no small feat. And to win it like 3 times.
Yeah.
That's fucking no joke. That's like commitment. That's really, really putting your fucking. So kudos to you.
The hardest part for me was the posing. Like I'll go to the gym.
I
was leg pressing like 800 pounds.
What? You?
Yes, leg pressing 800 pounds, getting like 10 reps.
That's why when I first saw you, when you first sat next to me, I was like, dude, her forearms. I was like, holy shit, dude. I thought I had veins.
I know. Is that what it is? The guys like the veins because guys tell me I have
guys
a joke
like
about
the veins.
Well, they tell me they're jealous
because your hands are veiny. Your hands are veiny like mine. I have very veiny hands.
Yeah, but that's like genetics. I think
it is. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I just have. My dad had hands like this too. Yeah. You know. But like, yeah, and I was just like, okay.
But when I have lower body fat, yeah, you can see the veins. Like they just.
Are you ever gonna do that again?
The competitions? Yeah. No, because you know it messes with my hormones too much, and like I lost my period, and you know, which I loved, and like who wants their period? But then my hormones were out of balance. I was breaking out, and
it's just not natural.
And you know, a lot of them, you know, and I'm not saying, you know, but I would never do steroids, like. You know, and I didn't want to go pro, and I'm not saying any, you know, all the girls are on steroids, but there are, you know,
there's a lot of that going on, I bet.
Yeah. So, and that's not like my deal. So
yeah,
I didn't want to, you know, keep going with that when I got what I wanted out of body. I got my sores, I got my healing.
Dude,
I
that
got
picture
my
was baller, man.
I got my, you know, I got my discipline. I learned so much.
And you're still fit.
And once you build muscle on your body, as long as you can
keep it going
and not eat like shit all the time.
But were you fit before though?
A little. I was chubby as a child, like teenager.
Me too,
know,
yeah.
And that's why I think I was bullied too.
In boot camp, my name, my last name's Eshaq.
Yeah.
But I was a fat body. So they called me Eat Snacks.
Oh no.
That was my nickname, Eat Snacks.
I
Yeah.
would suck my toes. So suck your
The
toes.
fuck?
My last name, Socrates. Suck my toes.
suck my
I was
toes.
like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Whatever. Or Socrates, which I didn't mind. But yeah, no, I was so, I was never, I mean, I have a before and after pictures on my Instagram. So I wasn't like I wasn't like obese or anything, but I was chubby. And at that, competition level, that shredded and,
That was amazing.
yeah, that took a real,
I mean,
lot
it
of
looks
discipline.
amazing, but to be honest, like if I was dating you, I wouldn't want you to be like that all the time.
Oh, hell no.
Because your
I mean,
face is all sunken in and everything,
and like, I have no,
But it's still impressive as fuck,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I just want to get that lean. Not
Yeah.
that lean. No, I don't want to get that lean. I just want to get like 10, 15 more pounds off. Just see how I kind of look that lean. And then try to keep it there and just start building muscle from there again.
Yeah. And Socrates, I think, has a quote, like, it's like something, to see how far, like, the human body, like, you can push your human body, like, I forget the quote now. It's like something.
You just ruined the podcast.
The whole thing.
The
whole podcast.
I'm going to erase this whole thing right now.
But, honestly, like being able to see how far you can push your body or to see what it's capable of. That's what it is. To see how far, what your body is capable of. And
Okay,
I
wonder what he said about that.
Oh,
Now
it's
you
so
got me-
good. I can't think of the Socrates quote. It's a shame. Something about the human body. It's a shame for you to not see how far, the human body you can push or something like that. I think I might have posted it once on my thing, but it's a shame for
Socrates quotes on physical fitness. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable.
that one.
He wasn't talking about women. You get to get the fuck out of here. You don't fucking stop with that shit. He's talking about men. Oh, that's interesting. No citizen has a right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable. Wow. That is a great quote.
Isn't it?
Because when I went in boot camp, I joined the Marines to get away from my dad because my dad was a ball buster, man. He was so strict. And I went to go join the Marines, and my best friend went to talk me out of it and then joined with me.
Oh, shit.
So we both joined together.
Shit.
And when I went in, I was fat. And I was fucking chubby as fuck. And then the Marine Corps boot camp put me through all this physical trials and tribulations. And I came out so fucking ripped.
Yeah.
I came out fucking ripped.
Yeah.
Never saw myself like that before.
Yeah.
And like that thing says, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful thing because I had no idea that there was a cocoon around me.
Yeah.
And then there was a butterfly inside waiting
Right.
to come out, and I needed to fucking work at it.
Exactly that quote.
That's fucking amazing. And then not only that, how strong I was. How I was now. I came into boot camp doing 2 pull-ups. Got out doing 67.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Oh no, you don't understand. I came in like not being able to run nothing, and then I was like one of the fastest runners in the platoon.
And you feel so empowered, don't you?
In boot camp, it just kept empowering me.
Yep.
That's why I kept pushing harder and harder because by month 1, when I was like able to see my abs and I noticed how strong I was getting, it just fueled me to get even
better,
more.
yeah.
It's amazing. So that quote is amazing. No citizen has a right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. What a disgrace it is for a man to grow old without ever seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable.
And we're all capable.
Let's end it on that.
Yeah.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah. That was a
We
good
kept
one.
going, man.
I know.
Fuck.
We have a lot to talk about, but
Yeah.
hopefully this was helpful to everyone out there.
Hopefully,
or at all.
and anybody, just be careful when the bra pokes out the meadow.
Yeah, the
when
meadow.
the
The
meadow kicks
meadow.
out. All right, follow her, Socrates, Joann,
Guys.
and she's a doll. She's a sweetheart. She's smart. She's strong. And I think I like her because she's a piece of shit like me, too. No, I'm just joking.
We have the same skin tone.
Yeah, and the same fucking veiny arms.
I'll live.
All right, Joann.
Bye. Thank you so much for having me. Thank
See you guys. I'll see you guys Wednesday, 2 p.m.
Public Yemeni #1.